Okay
What
then.
the fuck?
Darwin, no!
What the hell?
Usually that's Greg's mic.
Hear me,
Yeah.
for dolphin army rises. Hello.
Still here.
Ew.
And you actually sound like a person again.
That was funny. And that's even more random. Like, I didn't even. I only moved my mic and suddenly. Dolphin.
Dolphins! An army of dolphins!
Oh, yeah, and I actually went back and listened to one of the recordings that had it, and I'm like, so that's what that sounds like. Because I was like, oh, I thought you all could, like, possibly understand me. I was like, oh no, it is just pure squeaks.
It is pure dolphin noises.
Play it in the aquarium. The dolphins will rise.
See, nobody wrote summaries, so I don't have to worry about adding bonus. I only have 3 of you so far. So I'm going to do it this way as a split roll. That way I know how much to add if people do wander in.
I will be right back.
Okay. One for me.
Just because I feel like sharing, and Brian, you're aware of what I'm doing. So far, I have, and I know it's going to get larger, roughly 16 pages of material.
Okay. Oh, for the yeah. Okay.
Yeah, for the thing I'm writing.
Yeah.
It's honestly it's taking a bit longer than I expected, but there's more work than I expected for doing something with this level of professionalism.
Well, I can't remember. What's the limit?
Um, for what I'm doing?
Yeah, like how long can it be maximum?
They don't have a page count limit as far as I know.
Nah.
Okay.
I've seen things on the DM guild that are hundreds that are over 100 pages.
So yeah, if you want to write a book and give it to them, they will happily take it and take a cut of whatever you charge for it. All that set up. Got my hero points rolled out. Now it's just a matter of seeing who actually shows up. Searches rug. Roll 20 gives him a fire pit.
No, of course. I mean, yeah.
Well, yeah, it's for a fire lord or a
Obviously.
fire element. It's a fire elemental rug, obviously. Or if you really want to go wacky and kind of obscure, uh, it could be Tahu from the Bionicle series, his rug.
Dire rug.
Bionicle was weird, man. Is weird. I don't know. I don't know if they're still around or still doing new things.
Yeah, I think they retired that line.
Yeah. I still have some of them. That's a weird thing. I actually also have two of the movies. It's like, eh. Hmm.
There we go. Need something to tie the room together. Okay. Give him another couple minutes.
You gonna ping him again? Is that your plan?
No, they'll either wander in or they won't. It gave me the unavailable while it was still ringing. That would imply they rejected the call. So.
Hmm.
It wouldn't be the first time somebody wasn't feeling it but didn't do me the courtesy of letting me know they weren't showing up. So.
True.
Making it to flip back to the appropriate page I need anyway.
Be right back for the last time, hopefully.
Alright. I suppose I should stop digging around on this map you may or may not actually see and come back over here. last left off, you guys had finished your shopping excursions. There had been a private discussion between Fargo and Dylan as to whether she was going to out his ass or not. You had met the Captain Kali, the one who runs the local magic, what passes for the local magic shop. And you had returned to the tavern for your evening meal to discuss your next move. As you are discussing, and that is where we're picking up, as you are discussing your next move, regards to whether you're going to continue screwing around here in Saltmarsh, or whether you are going to attempt to investigate these rumors of stuff going on in the Underdirk.
Oh no, the Underdark.
It's like a large, the doors to the tavern were open, and a larger, on the taller side, human male will enter. He's decked out in a form of chain-reinforced leather. Dark skin, seems to be moving with a very slight limp. Not, it doesn't seem to be actually slowing him so much as, just a noticed slight staggering or, awkwardness in his gait. He looks around for a moment, starts making his way across the tavern towards you guys. Farron, you will recognize him as Elander Fireborn. You spoke to him previously at the City Watch.
Okay.
He will approach your table and set a pouch down on it. The pouch makes the distinctive sound of coin. And he'll look at you lot and, nod. That's it. The Reverend sends his regards. He asked me to drop this off for you. And with that out of the way, should you folk be looking for work, I do have another job for you if you're willing to take it.
Gant will look around. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to glance to the others. Go on.
Yeah, kind of the same thing. Depends on the job, sir.
Well, I can't go into too much detail here, obviously. It's
of course, confidential.
But if you would do us the favor of coming by the town hall tomorrow morning, I would be more than happy to discuss the details. What I can say, out here in the open, is that it is following up on what you guys pointed out to us earlier.
Well, if there's something we missed, it would be remiss just to leave things without being settled, or at least I'd say.
I think what he's implying, Farron, is that it's connected to the business we found. Would that be right?
Yes.
As in things that disquiet some people.
But obviously it's not the sort of, jobs like this are not the kind of thing you discuss out in an open tavern. So.
Of course.
So yeah, if you'll just, meet me at the town hall after breakfast, the council and I can brief you on the what we'd like you to do.
Okay.
We will do our best to come see you.
Fair enough. And if you opt not to follow up, just send a runner or something over to let us know that you weren't interested and that you're moving on. So we don't spend all day waiting for you.
Of course. You are busy people run this town. No harm, no foul.
And with that, he will bow and shuffle his way back out. Which I will happily deal with as soon as I, get the thing to where I need to be. As again, he'll leave the pouch on the table and shuffle off to Buffalo.
No. I'll slide the pouch of coin more to the center of the table versus the edge. So any objections with doing a follow-up then? It certainly would be closer than the Underdark.
Yeah, well. So,
I like.
Say again.
I like the idea. I'm not exactly that keen on the concept of. I'll say I'm not exactly that keen and eager to go running underground.
Hmm.
Just as a play reminder, it's there are monsters coming from the Underdark, or there's trouble from the Underdark, maybe monsters, and we were thinking of maybe looking into it.
The rumors you have heard from the people passing through town, the various trade, caravans and ships and stuff, said that monsters, undead, and other sorts of unholy abominations, are you are hearing stories of these things pouring out from the Underdark, mostly along the various mountains, but basically anywhere it's possible, but most of it seems to be concentrated in the mountainous regions, where it's been harder to find the access points to the Underdark and seal them off.
Right. Apologies, but I'll be back real quick. Just cut the cookies.
So the thing with the Underdark is...
Please disguise!
Usually with the Underdark, the thing is when you find an entrance, they try to seal it up as quickly as possible to prevent things from coming up.
The deep roads.
Gotta watch out for them possums and shit.
Man, groundhogs have a bad rap.
Well, if you Kyoko will have a bit of a look on his face. Well, if you guys are so intent on getting into the Underdark, I believe that there is a bit of a passageway in there that I'm relatively familiar with.
I personally am not, as you used before, too keen on visiting the Underdark. The as I mentioned before, the residents aren't the best.
I'd say, unless you've determined otherwise, since it just, since your background just says you discovered one, unless you've determined otherwise and are just letting me know now, that passage you discovered would be in the probably in the desert where you're from.
Okay.
I'd say, unless it just says you discovered one. It doesn't tell me when.
I just said I discovered a passage in the Underdark that no one knows about while exploring in the woods. And since there's no woods in the desert,
that's what the table says when you roll it. But they'd expect you to take that and actually write something to decide where it is.
Gotcha. Okay.
And since you didn't write anything, I am assuming it's in your homeland, unless you're telling me otherwise now, in which case we will determine where it is. But
okay.
We'll roll it.
I halfway thought this was related to that. That's the reason why I started playing.
No, this is not related to your background.
Okay, I was like, man, that's convenient.
This is mighty convenient.
Technically, it is related to the Saturday game.
Oh, okay. I was like, because I was like, wow, that's super convenient to like my randomly generated backstory thing. Huh.
I was like, no.
I was like, all right. I was just making sure because I was like, yeah, if I don't jump on this, and Tristan's like, that was bait, you motherfucker. Take it.
No. I was like, in this case, the GM can tell you that the Underdark stuff is ripple effects from what's going on in the Saturday game right now.
Okay, cool. In which case, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, to be fair, who said anything about checking out the residents? Admittedly, I don't know how far we would have to go into the Underdark itself, but what's the harm in checking them out? But of course, there's also the closer to, well, here at least. What are your thoughts, Ash?
Well, having done the Underdark before, I'm not exactly thrilled with the idea of returning, though I will do it if I have to, but my current job requires me to stay here and to continue my investigations. But if you lot wish to move on to the Underdark, I can certainly continue without you, considering it's not your quest.
Question to kind of get an understanding of closest, because by the sound of it, going to the Underdark or to the mountains that the Underdark is, it would be like, by the sound of it, it's a fair bit of travel. Yes.
Well, we have the technology.
Let's see.
And
Where
I'm
are
not going to flip us over on Twitch, but just for you following at home, it is 400 miles just to reach 400 to 500 miles just to reach the mountains.
Okay, yeah, we're talking probably several days. Okay.
Probably more than that, because if I recall correctly, and I'm going to double check my chart here. Yeah, if you're hauling ass, you travel 30 miles a day. A normal travel pace is 24 miles a day.
So what was that?
So,
500 total?
It's like roughly 500 miles to reach the mountains. Now, you are on the river, so if you can you can find a boat that's going upstream, that might speed it up some, but
So roughly about 4 weeks, about a month.
Yeah, almost a month. Yeah.
And that's just to get you to the mountains. And then you have to walk up and down the mountains until you find a passage.
Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, realizing that, it's like, oh wait, yeah, that's actually probably better. There's not much we can probably do at the moment.
Farron will look relieved.
Oh, don't get too comfortable for yourself, man. That still means we have to deal with everything around here.
Oh, no, I'm perfectly fine with dealing with whatever's connected to the Skavor smuggling and what have you.
Watch the word. Watch the word. He'll like kind of look around to see if anybody heard that particular word.
If you're actually concerned about it, you can make a perception check. If you're just making a casual observation, you don't,
Yeah, he's actually looking around, because, especially considering the particular like allegiances and all this stuff, and how it can be kind of a mixed bag. He's like, I'm not gonna test it. Plus, they can also help me. Let's see, perception, you said?
Yep.
Let's see, that's 9 plus... Okay, 12.
Okay. Based on a 12, it doesn't seem like anyone... You're reasonably certain that, the comment did not make it past the din of the other patrons, whining and dining.
Pretty sure.
And just judging, if you want to profile it a little bit, most of the patrons in here don't look like they'd be the type to be affiliated anyway, but...
That's fair. Just making sure, because...
Yeah.
But yeah. Sorry to cut you off. It's just, considering the territory we're in and what that group does, it's probably not polite table manners, as it were. That's just my suggestion, of course.
It wouldn't be the first time someone got upset at what I said. But yes, I'd be much more willing to do things here than revisit old trails.
Understandable. Besides, me and uh, yes, me and Belland have been trying. We've been wanting to play this area for a while, so might as well.
I know you're a fair amount of shall we say swordsman performer, but
I prefer just straight combat.
Is Belan that much of an adventure?
Is what? The mainland?
Beland.
Oh, Belland? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fair. Well, I'm sure he would tell you himself. As he would normally be right here, but kind of waving his hands in front of Belland. I think he's in a bit of a midday drunken stupor, so I'm gonna leave him be. But suffice to say, we've had a few scraps here and there, and well, you don't, you know the old saying, you don't live long, you don't live long in careers that have danger. Most people don't go outside their own towns most of their lives. We're oddballs and freaks, good sir. Yeah.
True.
So just to make sure, the salt marsh thing, there was no particular leads or anything like that we found, yes? Out of character?
Salt marsh thing?
Because I know it was kind of the decision was basically go to the Underdark Mountains or stay in Salt Marsh, but I didn't know if there was... I'm just refreshing.
No, it was stay in Salt Marsh and see if there was other work, possibly following up on...
Okay, so
yeah. That's like you had not discovered anything in particular. There was talk of again looking for work. There had been the idea floated of looking into the School War stuff, seeing if there was anything else going on with them.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said something about becoming a pirate.
Without a ship. Anyways. But yeah, so best out of it, town hall thing should be something interesting. You want to join on us on that one, Ash?
Well, if it's following up on what we've already done, then I might as well at least hear what they have to say, and it may tie into my investigation anyway.
Now, good gentlefolk, I must attend to earn a night keep at this fine establishment.
All right.
And Gant will go ahead and talk to the barkeep and is there a particular performance that they want done, or blah blah blah.
They don't have any special events going tonight, so he's willing to let you have fun, do what you will. He'll comp you your meal and your drinks as for the service, and since he already comped you a room, he's willing to continue that arrangement while you're as long as you're performing here.
Yep, and he's just performed the contract.
And well, the contract is kind of on a nightly a night by night basis with this guy. So
of course,
he's just he's basically letting you know he's willing to maintain the deal you had with the previous night, and anything that any tips they give you on the stage are yours.
Cool. So yeah, Gant will go back out to his wagon in a chest full of instruments and pull out a hurdy-gurdy, and he'll play that.
Make a
because it's weird. Ooh.
Feel free to make a performance check just to see how well you did. And while you're doing that, Ash will be counting out coins for the party.
Hey.
Everyone gets 28 gold, 5 silver, 7 copper.
Hoorah.
And no Electrum. Hurrah!
The only person who ever does anything with Electrum is Eric, so... And I swear he only does that to spite me.
28 gold.
Hey, while he's doing this, would you like me to parse out what's in the bag of holding as well, or just leave that as some kind of group fund?
Let's see, what was in there?
Because I know you had a bunch of gold from when you went selling stuff.
Yeah, he would have helped parse that out.
Okay, so I'll do a division for that in a moment.
Yeah, I could have sworn I already did that.
No, you...
Could have sworn we did. Okay, but go ahead.
Or if you did, you didn't delete it from the loot crate, because the loot crate still says it has 700 gold in there.
Weird.
Well,
Saying it's making himself a useful part, counting coin while you guys discuss what you'd like to do. So it sounds like you've basically already reached a decision, so...
it says that we don't really have very much in the way of disagreement.
Yeah, so we're going to go and so we're heading over to go follow up, if I remember correctly.
What?
It kind of eating the mic there.
Sorry. That's I said we're heading over to go do the follow up thing, correct? And potentially take whatever this this new job is.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, unless
Okay.
you have any objections.
No, sounds great.
Is it though? You don't sound so happy with it. Just like,
Well, I must say, it's always far better than being on the road for a month. All sorts of terrible things can happen.
say again.
You're eating the mic again.
What?
I'm not
What?
doing anything different. Okay.
Okay, actually, question: are you because it isn't necessarily eating the mic. I think you're muffling it somehow.
Per person.
That's it's like a murmur. You sound like Charlie Brown's mom.
Kind of weird. Okay.
I was like, I don't know if you're
How's
like
that?
bracing it on your shoulder while you're talking or what.
How's this?
Much better.
Okay. No, I was just saying. Well, being out on the road for a month sounds incredibly dangerous. Who knows what sort of terrible, cruel, vicious people might be out there waiting for us.
Well, I don't think it's anything that, well, I or preferably we can't handle. Or given your profession of, I believe it was bounty hunting,
Equalizing.
equalizing, do you not equalize in the service of a town?
That I can.
Okay, then if there's no objection, I think we should meet up with the person we just saw as soon as Gant is done with his set.
Sounds good to me. I like this idea.
I for one am hoping we find something else as yet undiscovered. It better not just be a hovel. That'd be boring.
I don't know. The left's hovel was pretty exciting.
I think I think that was a full blown house. I think small 2 to 3 room places when I think hovel.
And should
Yeah.
people wish, this is what Kent plays.
Okay. 5 gold in tips.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
That's like 50 silver.
Yeah,
I'd say
because
that's
I
a
also
lot of
got
money for the.
yeah, like I got 6 stunt points, but I'm just like, can't really do anything with it. But you know what? I'm okay with that.
Hey, can you do and another thing, but for a song to get more money?
One more thing.
More coin for your bar.
Oh no, he does. He doesn't really sing for when he does this at least.
It's
Not right
just
now.
instrumental
No.
sets.
As I recall, Belland was the slash Fargo was the singer.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Kent can dabble in singing. It's just like because he's a bard. It's like, what instrument do you play? Yes. Okay, which one do you mainly do? Yes. Depends
Hello,
on
I'm a bard.
It depends on the day.
I'm honestly surprised Bard is not like Artificer, where they just get proficiency in all instruments. Like Artificer gets proficiency in, basically gets proficiency in all tools eventually. I know that's like their level 6 or 7 ability is like, just everything. Alright, well, unless people want to talk more, or have anything they want to do first thing in the morning, I will fast forward us to the next morning and the town hall.
The only thing Gant would have brought up, just to bring it back up for people who may have forgotten, he did visit the local magic shop, Captain Callie. She's a bit shrewd, but she's good at what she does. Health potions, mana potions, and etc. etc. Should you wish to stock up.
Where did you say she was? Yeah.
Um.
As I recall, she's on the west end of town.
Yeah, so
I think it was number 11.
Comparative to where we are, she's just basically just go down the street. Literally just go straight. Because in
which case, I'll just depart for there now, not to consume too much time.
Given the hour, it is more than likely that the place would be closed now.
Okay.
But you would have seen the hours when you were there, Gant, and they probably will be open, shortly after breakfast time. So you could certainly, make a visit either before or after the town hall.
Okay. Yeah. So probably prudent to do after town hall. That way, hey, we need these specific things. You got anything like that?
Very well.
Do some real Witcher preparation.
It's like prepping for work. What?
All right, I'll cut some lines, Bane.
Alright. Well, then I will fast forward to the next morning and the town hall.
Da-da-da-da.
Meanwhile, at the town hall.
Oh, nice circle there.
That was the rug I was trying to find where it gave me all the weird shit.
Hey, it's a nice.
I was like, it's actually a rug.
Oh, okay. I suppose it could be Greg canceling it up and just standing there. That's
No, you can't see it under the minis. Well, you can kind of see it on some of them. There are chairs there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. It is. That's right.
Yeah, let me move Gellin. See, there's a chair.
Okay.
There be a chair.
As I entering the council chamber, the GM will quickly fast forward to the beginning of the Saltmarsh book so we can read the primers on these people who are you. You see 5 individuals sitting at a round table. One individual off to the side, seemingly taking notes on their discussions. At the, for want of a better term, the head of the table, the point of the star, whatever, is a slightly graying human female in it's kind of a cross between sea captain attire and merchant attire. She's her face is like slightly weathered, crow feet, signs of somebody who's lived life on the sea. She seems to be the way the others are deferring to her. She seems to be in charge.
What was that last bit? In charge of what?
The woman at the head of the star is a slightly older, graying at the temples.
Yes. I just couldn't hear that.
Judging from the way, both from her position at the table and the way the others seem to be their body language and stuff seems to be behaving around her. She seems to be, if not in charge, certainly the most senior member. There seems to be a degree of either deference or unmentioned hostility towards her. Across from her, at the 5 o'clock position, is a well-dressed human male, dapper older gentleman, much fancier wardrobe than the others present. Then there's, of course, Elander, who you met last night. Sitting to the leader's left and across from Elander is a dwarven woman whose attire would suggest she is, probably in some way affiliated with the mining operation. And then there's the last member who is human, appears younger than the rest. He's definitely probably the youngest in the room. Also fairly well dressed, though not as well dressed as the older human gentleman. The younger one does seem somewhat energetic but unsure of himself. In giving off the sense of he's trying to contribute as best he can, but he's still raw enough. He doesn't necessarily know how to get his point across in a way that the others will follow. As you enter the chamber, they will look over to you. Elander will nod and make introductions. These are the individuals I told you about. They rooted out the Skavor hideout. I'm sorry, I didn't really get your names. If I might introduce you to the council. This is Ada, head of our largest shipping fleet. Monastrad, she represents the dwarves' interest in the region. Sir Gellin represents our merchant consortium, also, and has the largest trade fleet in the region. And then there's Lord Anders, who's our newest member. Seems to he dabbles in a little bit of both, fishing and trade. Seems to be our generalist in terms of what he brings to the town. And of course, I'm Elander, captain of the town guard. I presume by your appearance you are interested in the job?
Yes.
Yes.
Anything to help the stability of the area?
Well said. Stand up and the Council, pardon me, taking over for a moment. We'll get up, make his way over to the drawer here, pull out a map, and then make his way back to the table and spread it out before you. I don't know if you've been in town long enough to hear, but we've been having problems with a small degree of piracy of late. Ships going missing, cargoes going missing. Some of those cargoes you had seemingly recovered when you encountered that hideout the other day. Rumor has it that there's been recent rumors have led us towards there have been rumors of a ghost ship on the sea. We thought nothing of it until you turned up as you did. We're wondering if the ghost ship might be connected. I'd looked into it myself, but based on what you claim to have encountered there, my militiamen are not exactly equipped for the level of firepower the Skavor and the region seem to be able to bring to bear. So we were hoping you as adventurers, since you had proved so successful before, might be willing to help us out again. For pay, of course.
Of course.
Sounds quite amusing.
A question, Captain Lander.
Did he shift from? Yeah, he said he got a map. Okay.
Yeah, that's why he's not in his chair anymore. He's
Okay. Yeah. When you say they have more firepower than your militia, how much firepower are we talking?
Again, I'm just going off purely what your friend told me you had encountered at the manor, and what my own men encountered when they went in to investigate your claims. As much as I'm loath to say it, my forces are just barely trained farmers with spears and pikes. They're not exactly equipped for spellcasters and properly trained individuals. They can handle the odd bandit or drunk, but
Of course.
we saw signs of high-level spells being dropped in there based on some of the scorching.
High-level spells. You wouldn't happen to have any written records or recall any of the effects of the spells? I'm just trying to get a feel of how high-powered spell slingers we're dealing with.
Well, I'm going off the claims that I was given by your party and the aftermaths of your battles. There was scorch marks left and right. Some rocks, damage had been done to the cave walls. The bodies we recovered were in all manner of serious injury. A lot of burns.
Right.
Possibly some necrotic damage. I'm still waiting to hear back on that from the priest.
Yes.
But again, my men currently are not really equipped to deal with anything beyond hedge mages, and even then that's, throw the spear at them or shoot them with an arrow before they can cast.
Of course.
We're not up to the level of adventurers, and based on what you encountered in that manner, if the ship is affiliated, it'd be more of the same, I'd presume.
Given where it is we'd be going, this haunted place, are there any resources that's going to be provided by the council, or just pay for a job done?
Well, based on some of the texts we recovered from the manor, I'm inclined to say that you'd be going back to the manor.
Okay.
We found a coded book that seemed to indicate a signaling system of some kind, which is why we think they might be affiliated.
Right.
The place might have been, some sort of layover point. So, is somebody crinkling on the mic or something?
I think. Or, question, Brian. Are you moving around or something like that? Just curious.
No, I'm literally haven't moved an inch.
Huh.
I say, because it really sounds like you're like something's rubbing against your mic.
Very curious.
Anyway.
Weird.
Yeah. Okay. Based on that, the theory would be obviously you're free to make your own plans, but my suggestion would be we can provide you with the code book, at which point you can signal the ship when it comes close enough. My men are currently down in the region of the manor, keeping an eye out for said ghost ship. At which point you could either board it or figure out some way to sink her. That's your call. And I can provide you lookouts. We can provide you the code book, and should you up to board, we can provide you with a small boat and a crew to man her to get you to the ship you'd be attempting to board, should you choose to go that route. All cards on the table. You are free to deal with the ghost ship how you will. However, all of the interested parties here in the council would certainly prefer to have their cargo back, and your reward will obviously be... The gratuity on your reward will be more substantial if they actually get their goods back.
Of course.
Sounds all reasonable to me.
As far as resources beyond that, we are negotiable to a point. We don't have unlimited funds, of course.
Of course.
It sounds like you're providing everything we need to get the job done.
Anything to get the job done based on, how I could foresee you attempting to do it. Again, if you come up with your own plan that differs from mine, and choose to accomplish things a different way, that is, as long as the job gets done, I'm happy with that. So if you require any additional resources for an alternative plan, we will attempt to provide.
At least for me, I see no need to infringe upon your resources any more than you're already willing to offer.
Very good. So Ada will look at you all and look you up and down as if appraising you. The council has elected to provide 400 gold for the completion of the mission. In addition to the 400 gold, should our goods be reacquired, we are willing to provide a additional sum equal to a percentage of the value of the recovered cargo. Percentage to be determined by the condition of the cargo upon its return, and how much of the missing cargo you are able to recover in this particular run. It probably will not exceed 50% value, but in terms of the maximum. In addition, a lender has been authorized to provide coin for bounty of any, if they do turn out to be the Skavor, any Skavor survivors you are able to capture. He will provide the Crown's usual bounty for such individuals. Named individuals will have their bounty split between the council's coffers and yourselves at a... we will take 25% of the bounty and you will keep the rest since you are doing the heavy lifting. But we are taking 25% for resources expended should you happen to find any named individuals.
Oh, I hear the ghost ship already.
Any loot you acquire, any loot you find that is not affiliated with one of our various guilds, you are free to keep and pawn off at your leisure. Though Elander has requested that you provide him a manifest of anything any arms and armor you do recover, just so we have an idea of how well equipped the forces operating in our region are. As he insists on informing the Crown of such things.
During this kind of exposition of information, I would like to insight the council. I'm just looking for for any signs of ulterior motives, either individual or individual to the council or as a group.
Okay.
Not the best. I'm not that kind of monk.
Based on that, Ada and Galen do seem slightly shifty. Galen certainly more so. He seems uncomfortable with the level of interest in the goings-on out at sea this investigation seems to be bringing. But he does not appear to he seems to want to have the piracy issue resolved. He's just not happy about the magnifying glass it has brought into the traffic.
Okay. Does he seem to be sea-worn, like he's had any
No, he is
oceanside?
He is definitely his attire, his skin, all that definitely screams. I've been working in off. I own the fleet, but I don't go on the ship if I don't have to.
Okay, so
Ada, on the other hand, seems slightly shifty as well, but she certainly seems interested in cleaning up the traffic, the rating problem. Judging from her weather-beaten form and all that, she is definitely of the sea, so it's possible that, she wants this resolved as a matter of personal pride or vengeance, even. The eye for an eye. They, if they've taken some of my shit, I need to take back some of theirs.
yeah.
Monastrad seems somewhat disinterested in the affair. At mentioning of getting the goods returned, she did seem to perk up. But, in general, the idea of piracy and stuff did not seem to concern her beyond the idea of, stuff that she needs to get her job done has not been arriving.
Right. As I recall, she was the mining guild?
Yeah, she's the mining guild.
Okay.
Yeah, she's the dwarven woman.
And Anders seems to be fascinated with the entire affair. Pirates, adventure, getting his stuff back. He looks like he has something to. In some ways, he looks like he has something to prove.
Okay.
Alander so far seems to be somewhat annoyed at the having to jump through the hoops that he's jumping through. He just wants to be out there getting the job done already. But he's been straightforward with you the entire time, near as you can tell.
Ada then probably. I'm probably taking that just by virtue of being a veteran seafarer. Gillen, I'm thinking he's probably white collar for this smuggling, but I don't have anything to prove that. Okay.
Ada will regard you lot. Any other questions?
Has anyone
Seems
encountered...
legit.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
What?
Has anyone encountered this ghost ship themselves?
Ada will look over to Anders, who will look at you and say, a few of my ships have claimed to have seen it. Something about a sails and an unnatural mist surrounding them, but they were able to outrun it before it was able to intercept them. Any ship that has encountered them has not made it back. So we just have the occasional sighting on the horizon type thing that may or may not be the talk of idle chatter in the tavern.
When you say not make back, you mean void of crew or debris?
There has been no debris. There has been no crew.
Just
So the ship-
empty ships.
No, there's been no ships. They just vanished.
The ships just vanish.
Alander will look at Anders with a mildly annoyed glance at not seeming to like the implications of paranormal activity therein. It's like if I had to hazard a guess, if they are the Skavor, they would. What I'm theorizing is that they've been taking the ships intact, if possible, to use themselves.
Yes, that makes sense.
That's the most probable. Though,
They have a
then the
really
question
big bag of
becomes... Oh, sorry. Sorry,
No,
go
no,
ahead.
I was just commenting, or they just have a really big bag of holding.
Ship of holding.
Haha, you destroyed my ship, here's another!
Then a question. Have you come across have your militia or fleet types come across any bodies of the crews washed ashore by chance?
And Ada will take over at that. Most of the disappearances seem to be occurring far from the shoreline. So if there were any bodies, they certainly have not made it ashore. If they were watching, if they are going for the ghost, if it is a ghost ship, it seems to be operating far enough from the coast where it has not been spotted from land. And she'll glance annoyingly at Outlander. We've locked down the coast anyway.
All right. Well, thank you kindly.
How
Thank you
did,
kindly, councilmen, members. Was Farron going to say something?
how did Gallon react to the mentioning of the entire coast being locked down in terms of because I believe that basically they're halting trade and commerce and everything.
He seems to have a similar annoyance to Ada in the idea that unnecessary resources are being allocated to deal with the coastline.
Okay, but nothing like the sense that like maybe there's the kind of anxiousness that would come with, say, well, I can't pay off the 10,000 gold to so and so. No sweating or anything like that.
No.
Okay.
He has a very good poker face based on your 13 insight roll. It's like
Okay.
again, he's not expressing anything beyond the level of annoyance one might expect when you have a police crackdown slowing down traffic.
Gotcha. Cause I was just wondering.
Yeah,
I'm just suspicious of the guy.
he's annoyed of the bureaucracy is what we get.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if he is performing white collar crime like you're thinking, it does, based on your 13, it does not appear to be affecting his business.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And unless there's anything else, I believe we should bid you a farewell and get on with this task, then.
Alright, I will send word to my men that you are coming, and they shall meet you at the manor house.
Thank you. And one final thing, Triss.
Mm-hmm.
What about that writer?
You want to insight check the secretary?
Oh!
Yes.
Nice thought.
Because I'm like, this is the person that sits on every single meeting.
What's the blow up command?
You have to click them and then Shift Z.
Do they look shifty to you?
That is kind of hilarious.
Good sir, everybody's shifty in my line of work. I will insight check.
No one.
Say what?
It's like, I trust no one.
Pretty much.
Well, you are free to insight check the secretary.
Because especially it's like, okay, do they respond to anything particularly differently or things like that nature?
I love that he's like, who's this person who's always sitting in on the meetings writing stuff? It was like, that's the record keeper.
Well, yeah, who else better to have on the grift than the record keeper?
I'd say, who's more shady than stenographer Fred?
Insight. Holy crap.
Terrible.
Insight. Jeez. Jeez.
And I don't know what I can do with 4 stunt points.
In this situation, it'd be an exploration or investigation stunt if you choose to use them.
Let's see. Investigation stunt?
I think it's under exploration stunts. I can't remember what they call them.
Yeah, I see role play, but
It's like roleplay is talking.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, it'd be exploration stunts.
Exploration.
I mean, I suppose technically, if you can tell me how you would apply a roleplay stunt, you're welcome to. But yeah,
Oh, no, that's
it'd be an
fair.
exploration stunt.
I got nothing.
Okay.
So yeah.
Let's see. You rolled a 19.
Mhm.
They seem actually rather bored with the whole affair. Like they've heard this discussion, several times already. You're
I love how disappointed he sounds.
you're not
Whatever.
sure whether they're actually taking notes at this point or just drawing dick butts.
Okay. Good question then. How did they react to us coming in?
Mild disinterest.
Fascinating. Fair enough. Okay. That's all I ask.
Okay.
Watch them be the big bad, I swear.
So with that, Ada's like, well, then if there's nothing else, you are dismissed, and I look forward to hearing that you got my stuff back.
Wrangling the ghost ship isn't exactly all that easy, but we will do our best.
That's all we ask.
So yeah, exit the city hall. Get on the wagon, 'cause the wood brought that along. Alright, who wants to go to the magic shop to get potions? 'Cause holy crap. Healing and
Sounds good to
mana.
me.
Healing, mana, and other minor magical items.
Yep, I'll go. Specifically, I'm looking for mana, and if there's any kind of I guess I could phrase it as tea that could regenerate key points.
T
Well,
points.
who knows?
Yep, T points.
Would it be shy key?
Yes.
Yes. Onwards to Saltmarsh. What was that thing?
The
What was
disciples
the
of
place called?
Ooze.
Doggone it, where is it? The officers of no. Oh, Keldex Tower. No wait, no.
No,
not
it was
that.
like it was the offices or disciples of EUs, something EU of EUs.
That was the magic shop.
Yeah, it's a
The faithful quartermaster.
yeah, the faithful core masters of EUs. It was a trade outpost that was the closest thing that passed to a magic shop in this town.
Okay, so yeah, going there to number 7 from where's City Hall? Oh, Council Hall 14. Okay, not too bad. So yeah, do. Right. So, on the wagon, driving along. All right. So, a ghost ship. Yeah, impressions, anyone? Thoughts?
Last time we encountered any kind of phantoms, it seemed to be a part of a Skivor scheme. Except for the fact that they actually did appear to have a phantom with them.
Appeared to be a part, a scheme, except for the actual ghost we ran it.
I know how that sounds, but you just don't have an army of the undead with you.
Not on this tale, at least. Not yet. Hopefully not yet. Well, let's see. They've locked down the entire coast, which points to them either grabbing guards to find port on the coast, or find an outlet on the water itself. Sorry, I'm skipping ahead of myself while dealing with the ghost ship.
Well, there's nothing wrong with thinking ahead.
Yeah, but that would be we would need the ghost ship first, unless. So, do we want to go with the idea of council members lighting it up and taking the bait that way?
That's the most sensible, though I have suspicions about Gillian, the young one.
Gellin was the old man.
Gillian?
Gellin was the old
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Anders
was the younger.
Okay, my mistake.
Yeah.
So his token looks young.
If you zoom in on him, he's got the lines on his face.
Okay.
Yeah. So you still mean Gellin, right?
Yeah, the one that was looking uncomfortable.
Okay. Why do you say that?
He seemed to be unusually uncomfortable with how much the cargo and to a certain extent trade, the ships, were being scrutinized.
Mm-hmm. Well, men like him, there's always a little bit of a side game going on some way, somehow. You think he's connected to the ghost ship then?
I'm wondering why be more concerned than any of the others about trade being locked down unless you have a higher than average vested interest. I'm wondering if he's just lightly associated with what's going on.
What makes you think he's associated? Taking all the goods, you mean?
I imagine the Skavor would have to have some townside contact.
I see.
I have no proof, so I can't exactly say anything accusatory. It's just a notion.
Understandable. Though personally, my reading of him is with that. You saw how dressed up like a sun lily he looked. Someone like that usually is more concerned about the coin in their purse than the poor people they send on those ships.
People too concerned about coin tend to fall into unfortunate partnerships.
Very true. Very, very true. What about you, Kyoki? What'd you think? About
As far as
about any of this happening, ghost ship, council members, etc., etc. All that.
well, in all honesty, part of me, in all honesty, I kind of feel that this is something that is a bit beyond what they're capable of dealing with. Most of them seem pretty lackluster, and most of them seem pretty lackluster and don't really and seem to be a bit outside of their league as far as this goes. I feel that if we weren't here, they'd probably all be dead in the next 2 weeks. Hmm. Thankfully, we're such nice and kind people, and that we're here. We're here to lawful good the hell out of these things.
You keep saying that word, but I don't think it means what you think it means.
It means exactly what it's supposed to mean.
Alright, what does lawful good mean?
Lawful good means I find people who aren't me and I stab them until justice is served. Hmm.
Can't we'll kind of stare at Kyoki for a little bit?
I'm fit. I'll say, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'd like to believe that a ghost ship isn't exactly that lawful good.
Depends on ghosts.
Well, obviously, these ghosts have been up to no good.
Depends on your point of view.
Well, pillaging and raiding and making people go missing isn't exactly the best of things.
No, it is not. For us, at least. For others, it is. But, anyways, pointing. Anyways.
But yes, I look forward to this. It's been quite some time since I've used my sword to stab a ghost. But unfortunately, in my line of work, usually when someone says that it's a ghost or a specter, it's usually just some weirdo wearing sheets and cloaks, which is far more disappointing.
Yeah, but then you're just dealing with normal people, and normal people you can deal with.
But it takes kind of the fun out of it and the mystique. And it doesn't exactly look good on your resume when all you ended up doing was stabbing Jim from around the way.
I guess I'll concede on that point. But if all you need to worry about is how good your resume looks, your life must be going wonderfully.
Oh, there's other things to worry about. I just pick and choose what appears to be important. Right now, since I'm traveling with you all, and traveling with you guys appears to be the easiest way to collect money, because I'll admit, from what it seems like, all of you seem to draw so much trouble to yourselves, and that trouble comes with a price tag.
Hey, I resemble that remark.
Especially look at our group. We have a bard. We have a bard that gets into more trouble than the first bard. We have a pink-haired librarian who
Fuchsia. Fuchsia.
I'm sorry, I can't see in so many spectrums, eyes and all. And then we have the cleaner over here. He looks like he's gotten into quite a few things. Most of them things that he never wanted to get involved in.
That's certainly true enough.
He has the look of a man who's collected a lot of money that he wasn't proud of.
Wouldn't know if I go that far.
Trust me, Kyoki. From what I remember of the Artorian wardens. Wait, let me make sure I actually remember that correctly.
Yes, Artorian warden.
Your Artorian wardens, they don't exactly sign up for this life for the fun of it.
Well, I'm sure some do, but
with what you all face.
Well, as they say, you don't have to be crazy to do this job, but it helps.
Fair enough.
But must say, and I must say, and I must say, and I must say, I just like everyone else, am incredibly glad that you do this job. I believe that any taxable job is a respectable one. Mm.
Wait, I'm supposed to pay
Is
taxes? Shit.
yeah. I was about to say, adventuring ain't taxed, unless you count what you sell, the amount of degradation you get on your weapons that you sell back.
So we certainly contribute to local businesses.
Exactly. One way or another, we are great members of society. We're
Say
freaks. We're freaks and weirdos, but we do.
We must say, look at us, banding together to do the common good, going out into the world and returning wealth back to society.
Don't know about freaks, but I'll definitely take weird.
I'll also, Farron.
Hmm?
I believe what you're looking for is Rose.
Rosette?
Rose, yeah, possibly a little bit of that, maybe a little lighter.
That sounds.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking more bubblegum myself.
Oh,
How much
bubblegum, yeah.
how much does the dye cost to get your hair to look that way?
I think I prefer that over something as playwright romantic.
Oh, come on. It's absolute poetry. Sometimes you gotta lean into it. It's a great hit with people. Gotta know to hit.
And you were saying something about dye?
How much does it cost? How much does the hair dye cost that you use to get your hair that way?
This much, and Farron will make a O symbol with his hand.
Oh my, a thief!
Mm. Mm.
I think what he's trying to say, Kyoki, is that it's natural.
Oh, that's a weird racial trait. Mm.
Said I was human, which is true. I didn't say I wasn't odd.
I'll say that is incredibly strange. It does not. I'll say that does not exactly seem productive towards evolution in any manner. I mean, where would you blend in?
Oh,
I'm about to say,
my poor boy.
I'll say I'm like it.
You have looked at all people, including that roach person. And you're saying that his hair wasn't good for evolution.
I mean, a 4-foot roach isn't exactly the greatest for evolution either. But I mean,
yeah, but the point is, man. Yeah, and here's what I say as a counterpoint: magic don't care. Magic doesn't care about your opinions, Mesha.
I'm like, look at me and Ash. We're so white we can blend in and snow if need be. We're like snow foxes.
No, I like that.
I say that is the most positive thing I have heard about my appearance in 120 years.
I mean, he does have a point. If you did have to have snow, that'd probably be the thing. Oh, I think we just arrived.
If I ever run into members of my tribe, I'll let them know they probably should hide in the north then. They keep wandering around in the forest and wonder why everybody, runs away from them.
See, now all we need is all we need is for Farron to hide in a bubblegum factory, or a pile of tulips.
I would say tulips more than that.
I think that's right. I think we've arrived.
Though he's probably gonna have to get more tan or do something about that skin of his. Like a sweet shotgun.
At least it's not orange like it was in the concept art.
Orange skin, pink hair, fucking Oompa Loompas.
As like he was trying to go for tanned, but he ended up in like full on like carrot territory. Like, dude, dial the saturation down.
Saturation
Like,
for
I'm like-
life.
-5 to stealth.
At that point, I would recommend you dye your hair green and you'd be a carrot.
I'd be willing to say that our cripple horse and the squeaky wheelchair was actually more stealthy.
Actually, if I was something like that, I would have to rename myself Kakarot.
Oh god.
So yes, we're at Callie's place.
As you have arrived at the compound of warehouses near the docks that represent the EO's facility. Gant is able to direct you towards the building that served as Callie's shop front. I don't know if I need to post her picture again or not, but when you enter, as before, rows upon rows of chest-high shelves between the front door and the desk at the far side, where, as before, she is sitting, feet, heeled boots up on the desk, idly playing with a dagger as she looks up and sees you come in. It's like, oh! As before, she speaks in a whisper that somehow carries across the room, slight lisp to her words. It's like, oh, you returned faster than I expected.
Yes, business attends and all that. And
Well-
as I also previously stated, my compatriots are here as well.
Well, you're in luck. I wasn't able to hold everything that I hoped to get before your return, but I do have some new things since you were here yesterday, once I learned adventurers were in town. That I feel they have a more reasonable price point than what I showed you before.
Understandable. If you don't mind, please show us.
She'll, again, kind of like haphazardly, reach under the counter and present pull out another book that she spreads out for you guys to look through as her catalog. I can post it either in Skype or Roll20, if you guys have a preference.
I don't know what Brian's doing, so
I'm on both.
Okay.
Both, so it doesn't matter.
Probably roll 20 if possible. That way we all
Okay.
can see it. If need be, we can do things.
Yeah, it looks really kind of nuts if you post it in Roll20. It's like,
That's fair.
but that is everything in the catalog right now.
Cool.
That's it. Cruise at your leisure. Again, this is what I have in stock currently. Usually my wares change based on current shipment rates about once a week, give or take. And if you don't see something that you're actually actively looking for, I do take commission that I can usually have here within a week or two.
Oh, right. SRD, compendium, does not mean shit.
Basically, all of this stuff should show up, if nothing else, on Google, because it's all in the DMG. Except for the mana potions. That's in City and Wild, I think, but mana potions are pretty self-explanatory. I know some of you are more loaded than others, so I'm,
Okay, I will take the ring of mind shielding.
Oh, good choice, sir. Good choice.
Let me take a look at my money because I know I don't have much. Oh yeah, I definitely do not have enough gold to afford all this shit.
Yeah,
there are some
this is
cheap
like-
objects in here. I intentionally went and added some cheap stuff. So there is stuff in here you can afford beyond potions, because originally there was not.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to get more health potions. Jeez, I thought I bought some. Huh?
This
I thought you did too, but did you not write them down?
No, I did.
really nice for its price point.
I think I know because I think my sheet somehow reset or something.
It's possible. We've had that kind of glitch before.
Weird. Anyways,
Well, do you remember how many you bought?
uh,
I don't think it was a lot.
I'm gonna have to. Well,
Did it refund your money when it glitched?
Yeah, like as I said, I had done like last session. We had, like, I had done the math and had spread it out. I guess it's just things. I don't know.
Okay, well,
Wait.
if it refunded your money at least, then you can buy them again.
Yeah.
Excuse me, are these brilliant blue ethers over here only sold in the bundle of 7?
No, you can buy individually. The price points listed are per
Oh,
item.
okay.
That's
I
not
thought it
total.
was-
That's
okay.
per item.
Just let me bold them. No, okay. I'll just need to make a note here.
Obviously, we need the Snuggle Beast.
Yep.
I know I said that before, but I'm just saying it again.
I must say, my personal favorites are the, and really good deal given the, what's going on around here of late. The Drift Globe, the Hat of Disguise, and either the Eyes of Charming or the Helm of Comprehend Languages. All really good prices for what you're getting.
Mm-hmm.
And judging by the composition of your party, I'm inclined to say the Drift Globe would be especially useful to you.
Yeah, was I in it? Would be useful.
If you have any combat-based casters among your retinue, the Wand of the War Mage is also a very good choice.
Man, if Kinara was here,
It's like,
that would be great.
as she's talking, you're getting a better look at her. The lisp is coming from the fact that her tongue is slightly forked at the end.
Fascinating. Is there, just for out of sheer curiosity, like legit curiosity, is there, what would Gant need to roll to kind of figure out, like, what is that, like a nature thing? Like, is this like,
Trying to identify her species.
well, it's like it's either identify the species or like, okay, why the pierced tongue?
The forked tongue,
Yeah.
not a pierced tongue.
Say what?
It's forked, not pierced.
Oh, four.
It's slightly forked, kind of like a lizard or a snake.
Okay, so yeah, I'll nature to
If
figure
you're
out.
trying to identify what she is, that would probably fall under nature.
Okay, nature it is. Okay. Nature, that's gonna be 13.
At 13?
Mm.
Okay. And it's like looking at her appearance, it's really strange. It seems to bear elements of possibly the eyes and the tongue. would possibly, as as they seem to bore into you, seem to suggest possibly draconic heritage. But the skin, the blue skin, and such, could also be an indication of possibly tiefling heritage.
Okay.
And while you're not sure exactly what she is, you do find yourself feeling a strange familiarity. Like, you have seen a creature like this before, but you... It's kind of like a deja vu type feeling. It's like an experience like you've met something like this before, but at the same time you have a feeling it wasn't Gant that met this person before. Or this type of creature before.
Right.
It's like, it's one of those like disconnected memories you have.
As he silently thinks, oh great, more things to deal with that. How come you never talk to me? I know you can hear me.
Sorry, Aerith is too busy breaking the universe to talk to you right now.
Damnation.
However, Zach is available for some reason. We don't. Like, yes, Brian. Who knew? The chief's merchant seller is a snake. It's not like she didn't try to stiff you guys on loot last session.
Yeah, that she did.
Tried to lowball your ass.
Okay.
You're done shopping? You're sitting there reading Patreon?
No, I've looked through everything, and I don't have a ton of money on me,
Yeah, so
but
you got the Ring of Mind Shielding.
yeah, that was a hell of a deal.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna provided our travel time and our wait time is long enough, I will take an hour to attune to that.
Well, it takes an hour just to get to the house, but even in the wagon. So
I'm trying to recall though. What are we allowed? 3 attunes?
short items notwithstanding, you are allowed 3 attunes. I've considered looking at some of the optional rules. I've seen other people come up with like tying attunement to a proficiency and that kind of stuff. But
Okay, I was just
currently, as written, it is 3.
Okay, that's what I thought. The compendium wasn't being very helpful in finding that.
Yeah,
I know things like artificers and stuff like that.
Yeah, and there are feats you can
expand
take
stuff.
that also modify your number of attunements
Okay.
allowed.
Ah,
But by
dang it,
default,
that's
it's
right.
3.
I
Okay,
wouldn't
so
be able to
David has
figure
bought a
that out
ring.
anyway.
Anybody else doing anything?
I
I know you want to rebuy your potions, maybe.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if I did get my money reset because I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, I was gonna look back at Twitch and like be like, oh no, I can't.
It's like, yeah, last session was lost to tech failure.
Thank you.
Okay, I know I at least bought like 2 of each.
Each level?
Of like 2 healing potions. And how did I get a mana potion?
You must have bought a mana potion.
Well, it's just because I was like 250.
Because I know you didn't find any mana potions, so if you have one, you must have bought it.
Yeah. Healing potion. Yeah. Yeah. Huh. Oh well.
Well, I'm remembering 2 or 3 healing potions myself, so if you want to go with 2 and just, write those in.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going with 2. So I had 2 extra ones. The drift globe does seem nice because darkness and all that. Because we don't have dark vision, or most of us don't.
Well, it's like some of you don't have dark vision.
How much was that drift globe?
Drift globe is.
That was a. Oh, the drift globe is 300.
Yep.
I know, right? There's some nice stuff in there. It's just a little outside of our price range. For now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just like, oh.
As I knew there was a lot of stuff that was like either just in range or just out of, so maybe if people pulled their money, they could do.
Yeah, because I'm like, I'm looking at that potion of water breathing, especially because I'm like, okay,
I
if
find
what
it
we're
funny
gonna be
nobody
doing,
wants the 15 gold potion of climbing.
I thought about that, but I'm like, no, I can climb.
I was like, how can you tell you don't have impulse buyers in your party? You throw something like that in there and nobody touches it.
how you do or don't have impulse buyers.
You tell you don't have impulse buyers by the fact you throw a super cheap potion in there and people leave it alone.
I was like, my thought was, do I need to be super good at climbing? No, I'll rely on my skills.
Hmm. Oh, it's only once per day.
It's like you turn it on once per day, but it lasts for the duration, if I remember right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, though. Okay. Because
Am I-
as said, I was looking at that potion of water breathing too. I'm like, ooh.
Well, you have to worry about breathing underwater. You have the, I float armor.
Oh, true. That's right. I
armor
forgot.
of life vest.
That's the armor of floaties.
Uh, yeah, you know what? For the good of the party, and also because nice to have. We'll drop 300 for the Drift Globe.
The drift globe, the daylight effect can only be used once per day. The normal effect can be used as many times as you want.
Okay.
As I
That
can
makes
cast
more
light or
sense.
daylight.
Oh, also question, because I just remembered I had this on my kit. The herbalism kit. Could I also hypothetically craft mana potions?
No, mana is under alchemy.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so you bought the drift globe,
Yep.
and you got your 2 healing potions. Nobody else got anything?
Nothing on this list I could think of to. Let's see. I was trying to think of something.
Do you have healing potions?
I do not have healing potions.
Those are always good to get.
Let me see what I can get as far as that goes.
They're
Healing
50.
potions?
They're 50 a pop. So.
Oh, okay.
And I know you just got 100 gold, so.
That is true. 1 second.
I'm still on one of those to the 2 healing potions you found in the house, so
Yeah.
I'm good. Though, am I aware of what the globe does, or do I need to
Drift
make a
globe?
roll? Yeah, or do I need to make a roll for that?
Each of the entries has a small summary, next to it, and like an image, so you can have an idea of. It doesn't go into like explicit mechanical detail, but
Right.
It'll be something along the lines of like, self-propelled orb of light.
Okay.
Which is enough to go on.
Yeah.
And if you want, and you can always
I'm
either
going
roll
to-
Arcana
see.
or ask if you want to know more.
I'm going to
I have
attempt
legend
to.
of things, so, nope.
I'm going to attempt to purchase it. Which
13.
I'm attempt to purchase 2 healing potions.
Okay, you will buy 2 healing potions. 13, it's an uncommon magic item, so yeah, you know what a drift globe is.
Okay, and that actually grants dark vision as well.
No, it acts as a light source. It can cast up to an hour the light spell, or once a day it can cast the daylight spell.
Okay.
Right. I'm going to.
And it just kind of hovers within 60 feet of whoever's controlling it.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to reach into my sleeve. Gonna pull out a pouch, open it up, and drop 100 coins on the counter.
She will reach
Wanna
out
get-
and kind of sweep them behind the desk once you guys have all put down your money, and
Right.
then she'll kind of lean forward, kind of lazily, pull a bell out of the drawer and ring it. At which point, a basic, piratey dock worker dude will come, kind of buff human type, come shuffling out. She'll slip him a note with your orders, and he'll shuffle back to collect them.
Oh, okay. So she purely has cards, not the actual items on display. Okay.
The items that are on display on the shelves, it really does feel like she's just kind of sitting in the warehouse. Like the stuff on the shelves seem to be like marked or like either coming or going.
Okay.
She's kind of running a medieval eBay in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because out of curiosity, what kind, like, how far are they going, or can Gant kind of surmise, like, what places these areas are going?
The different packages?
Yeah, kind of like.
Well, they're all clearly labeled. So if you take a moment to like walk the shelves while you're waiting or whatever, they seem to be going to basically all over the continent. It's like she's got some stuff marked for like different cities here in the Silken Empire. She's got one or two marked for a village up in the Isles somewhere, but judging by the the name that looks relatively dwarvish. It's got a few marked for Corvus and a couple other major cities in the Republic, and there's even one marked for the Yokai Island, not the Yokai mainland. None marked in any kind of script or name that you would associate with the Drakengard, however.
Okay. Interesting. Gant will ask something among the lines of, like, do you have other branches of the business, like, elsewhere throughout the continent, or is this just it?
This is our only permanent situation at the moment. Usually, my ships either operate by order or commission, or if we do set up shop, we just have a stall that is set up, in whatever market day square, or set up right on the ship or the dock itself. I'm hoping to get a few more permanent footholds in more prominent cities. Certainly generating enough business to do it. It's just, haven't been able to find anybody willing to that I trust to actually, man a storefront.
I can tell.
It's like when you're dealing with high-end items like this, they have a nasty habit of walking off if you're not paying attention.
Of course. And you know what? I am also your goods and services are good, and I'm always for funding entrepreneurs of high mind like yourself. Gant will put down 14 silver for kind of just overall stuff to kind of like. He knows it's not much, but it's like it's something. Like just to. I don't know. It's like a donation, I guess, or something.
Like she'll, accept the gratuity, sliding it, into her hand and then slipping it into some, pocket or, possibly her bodice underneath her cloak there. Thank you very much. I'll remember this next time you come through.
No problem.
Perhaps there's a discount in your future.
Thank you, Ken. And if I might inquire, what exactly is Uz? Uz? How do you pronounce that?
Uz.
Uz.
He is a monarch from across the sea. We are representing his interest in establishing trade with the continent.
So I'm just thinking Resident Evil President of Country.
Oh. Like the continent, as in all the different nations on the continent.
No, I get it.
And so we seem to have a. I'm not sure if you guys just aren't quite as adept at it, or if we just happen to have an abundance, but we seem to have far more enchanted artifacts to distribute than you do, so it seemed like a reasonable in.
Very true. When she says across the sea, it wouldn't be like the Yokai Kingdom, would it?
No.
It
So
seemed like she
this
was
is like
talking about
somewhere
another
else
continent.
on.
I'd say the indication, based on the stories that go on about this place, is that she's referring to another continent on the other side of the Rose Sea. That's it. You guys, including the Yokai Kingdoms, are part of the continent of Ladrina. She is referring to across the ocean, so an entirely
Yeah,
different continent.
I was just making sure of that because I'm like, wait a minute. This is one of the major continents. I wasn't sure if there were other continents. It's like, oh, okay, so there are other continents.
I need to double check my world map, but I think, if I'm remembering correctly, there are 4 major continents. But only one has been developed so far, and that's Ladrina, because that's where at this point 2 games have taken place. I'm kind of leaving the other continents untouched, so if other people decide they want to use the world, they can have their own continent to play with.
About the location. It's actually close to my job.
Okay.
You know,
Whereabouts?
it just kind of occurred to me.
It's Broad Street.
My
It's
hair is probably the same color as water.
Water is actually, as you'll see in a future map, darker than your hair.
Oh, okay.
I'd say the water is closer to like a wine color.
Okay.
Oh man, that must be a very, very fun prank to pull.
Yeah.
It's
some
either a
water.
prank or a dare, like, which one's the wine, which one's the seawater? Find out.
Imagine the color of coffee.
Well, the color of coffee comes from beans, so I don't know if it would change that much.
Well, I think what his drink means is if the sea was the color of coffee.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, because you mentioned it comes from the beans, but our water is,
Clear.
despite being depicted as blue, is transparent.
Well, I
So-
imagine, because the water, seawater looks, and river water even, depending on where you are, it does look blue when you're looking at it like out in moss.
Yeah.
So what I kind of imagine is that if you pour yourself like a glass of water, it's clear or mostly clear. It might have like a pink tinge to it.
Okay.
But it's like when you're looking at it in moss is when it has the reddish color.
Okay, okay.
One last question then for Callie, because this is very interesting,
Her name's
or
Callie,
at
was
least
it?
to Gant
Callie
especially. Oh,
Takesha.
sorry.
Yes. Yes.
Callie Takesha. How long have you been on the Drina?
Myself personally, I've been here a few months, maybe 6 months. Expeditions before me have been coming for just under a year now, I think, is when we first landed. As our first contact was further south, didn't exactly go the best.
Considering that kind of stuff, would Gant, especially being a bard and trying to be connected to everything, would he have heard of that incident, hypothetically?
You can make me a history check.
Ooh. 16.
You haven't heard of any kind of incidents along those lines, but depending on how far south she's referring, like say down in the Drakengard Empire, you may not have heard.
Understandable.
That's like because word and stories don't necessarily travel across the mountain range, aside from stories of attacks and raids.
Okay. Very interesting. Well, again, thank you, Captain.
Not a problem. I wish you luck and good bounty on whatever task you're stocking up for, so that you'll grace my shop once again.
Of course. Actually, you wouldn't happen to know of the particular pirate problem that's plaguing the area, would you?
I've heard the stories of ghost ships like anyone else. Haven't exactly. I haven't lost any shipments myself. My ships are well trained, well armed, and pretty fast. So I imagine they don't present inviting targets to your average pirate. And we tend to ward against actual ghosts and spirits due to fear of what the sea might do on such long journeys.
Of course.
So if it's a true ghost ship, we're probably not a very inviting target, and if it's not a ghost ship, we're definitely not an inviting target. But I've heard stories of, unnatural fogs, sails in the mist, and the like, just like anyone else. They're hardly stories like that are hardly unique to this region.
Of course. Well, thank you very much, Captain. Unless you all have anything to say, no, I ask or such.
No, I think I've made a most fortuitous purchase.
All right, I guess then we head out. That'll be fair to say.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. As mentioned before, it should take you about an hour to get back down to the manor house where you once were. Along the way, if you have any attunements you need to do and you're not driving the wagon, you may do that. As you're making your way down, you do spot the occasional patrol, on the cliffs or on the beach, seemingly keeping eyes out, just as Elander told you they would be.
Alright, okay.
Upon reaching the manor, you are greeted by a fresh-faced young man, clothed in a leather cuirass with gambeson for the rest of the armor. Basic skull cap, spear, shield. Seems to be bearing the colors of the town guard. And the equipment would suggest the same. He's waiting for you with the code book and they found. We were told to present this to you on arrival. It's got the nearest we can tell. It's got the signaling system, and we were able to decode some of the logs to get an idea that the captain doesn't think they're aware that their depot has been compromised yet, because they had just made a drop shortly before you guys showed up and did whatever you did down there. So, based on the pattern, they should be coming through anytime in the next, it could be tonight or in the next couple days to make another drop.
Understand. You wouldn't happen to have a cipher for the codes, would you?
Flip the book to the appropriate page. These are the 3 codes we've managed to break so far, or at least what we think they do. Seems to be a form of a lantern code. Indicating the page in question, you'll see notes that translate to the following: a long and 3 shorts signals is it safe. A short, long is the countersign to that, indicating everything is safe. And then 3 longs would indicate ready to unload.
So 3 longs is ready to unload?
It's like long and 3 shorts is it safe. Alternating short long is everything is safe. And then 3 longs is ready to unload, come aboard.
Long and 3 shorts is it safe? Just making sure.
Long and 3 shorts is asking, is it safe?
Yep.
Alternating short long, confirming that it is safe. And then 3 longs is ready to unload, come aboard.
Okay. You know,
Okay.
I'm no linguistic myself, but Farron, you want to take a crack at it?
Oh, when I looked at this book the first time, it seems to. But yeah, I'll take a look. Is there anything I need to roll to kind of confirm what's been translated or translated anything else?
Well, glancing at the book, what languages do you speak?
Do I just put it in Roll20? Or...
You can either just click it and roll 20 or just tell me.
Oh, it's a good number of them.
And this is one of those things where I can't just ask what languages ask them to speak this language, so that gives away the game.
Okay.
I swear, it sounds like somebody's like crinkling a plastic bag right on top of the mic.
Very weird.
Important strategic question
There we
for
go.
you.
I
Did
sent
anybody
it to you.
bring Sarah's character, and are they planning to Jaeger the cleric?
I mean, I have the sheet.
Well, only if you have the sheet.
have-
It's accessible to everyone. It's just I wasn't sure if anybody was actually going to use it.
I'm willing.
I mean-
I'm willing to Jaeger.
Okay.
Okay.
It is written in Undercommon.
Hells yeah.
It seems to be a sort of log book, comings, going, what was loaded, what was offloaded, notes about conditions, morale, that kind of thing. So basically, like, captain's log type journal for the most part. They seem to have translated the code reasonably accurately. There's like some like nuanced phrasing issues that but the gist of what they got is correct. You're able to track numerous shipments. In the event you are not able to recover all the goods, this will at least give you an idea of where the goods were taken in terms of here, and if you can figure out how to crack the pseudonyms and aliases they're using for various agents and drop points, that you might be able to figure out where they went.
Okay, yeah, that's a bit more than a cipher. Those are code names.
Yeah. But it's certainly something to go on if you wish to either pursue the investigation yourself or turn it over to the captain once you've translated it into a language he can understand.
I'll flip through a number of pages. Okay. This is... We don't want to lose this. As a matter of fact... what I'd like to do is I'd like to jot down the various signal codes and any high-profile looking code names if they seem to have any kind of rank associated with how they're written about.
Most of the code names you're seeing just refer to along the lines like so and so came, picked up shipment, took it to this location.
Okay. So
like
Canary arrived, the nest is full.
It was like Canary arrived, took 3 kegs of powder to Ice Crown or something.
Okay, so I don't need much of that. Okay. And then I will make note of the
It's a lot of shorthand and a lot of code names.
Of the signal codes, and I'm gonna hand it back to the contact. I think I have all the relevant information from this. If we get captured, we wouldn't want this lead to be lost with us.
Well, the guard, if you like, I can hang on to it. We were just told show it to you, and everything else beyond that point is kind of left to you guys' discretion. We're just here to assist, in a non-combat capacity.
Mm-hmm.
We were explicitly told not to engage.
Of course.
Fiona has volunteered, however, to run the small boat that they left in the lower grotto. Should you guys wish to sail over.
Hmm.
To the Emerald Grotto it is.
Yeah. Let's see. What was
Well, how does my ritual take? Ritual is like 10 minutes.
Ritual casting adds 10 minutes to whatever the normal casting time is,
Okay.
assuming the spell can be ritual cast at all.
Yeah, because I was thinking, just in case, since we have a little bit of time to do, ritual cast detect magic on the book, just in case.
You are free to do that. As the book is not magical.
Okay. Didn't know if they had like, I don't know. I was like, maybe they have like a magical like cipher on it or something like that. You know, like
As magical
magic
cipher,
writing.
arcane script, that kind of thing. Yeah, it was a good idea.
Yeah.
Just in this case,
Nothing. Okay. Cool.
it appears to be just a normal book.
Hey, Gant, why are you using your sword to do that? Just Transformers.
Mhm.
They laughed, I laughed, the book laughed, I stabbed the book. Huh?
You know, I have this spell here. It seems both useful and almost cheating to me.
What is?
Foreshadow. I don't know if you're familiar with the spell.
I am not.
When you
No,
cast this spell,
personally not.
what? Sorry.
The player is not.
When you cast this spell for the duration, you can make a history check about major events in the future, obtaining lore about historically significant events, legendary people, famous kingdoms, remarkable disputes, occurring wars, and unheard of civilizations. So it's make a history check as if you're at some future point in time.
Huh. That is very fascinating.
And as you know, it's like, I don't think this counts anything like a significant event, but it seems like if your GM is setting up what clearly is like a major battle for you to participate in, and you use this spell,
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not setting up shit. You guys have to pick how you handle this.
Yeah.
All I know is there's a
Alright.
boat.
on
Yeah.
a boat.
Okay. So,
well, I think
let us
the
put the P. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I think the council's plan is pretty good. Pretend to basically signal them and trying to, get aboard. We can't exactly pretend to be Skavor if they are Skavor, considering us.
Why do you say that?
Now, is any of us very good at disguises?
I believe.
Like Dalen over there is.
I'd say Dylan doesn't exactly look like the sort that they normally consort with. If my helmet
Yeah.
comes off, I don't blend in. And Serena certainly doesn't blend in.
well,
Hey.
no insult.
The three humans probably can sell it, and
Yeah, no insult intended, Ash, but I would imagine you could pass yourself off as a mere sellsword.
so long as my helmet remains on, yes.
Yeah.
Unless any
Most-
of them have heard any of the drunken tales of the legends of bloody wardens.
So,
Thorns on our heads and shit.
I say, well then,
Stealing their daughters, etc.
do you think, Mase, our look is like, do you think this is a job for us then?
Well, we've kind of signed up for it. It's just more of how do we take it on. Well, first off, let's figure out the
Should've bought-
pieces.
Oh well.
One.
That's if you're proposing the three of you try and deal with the ship on your own, I don't necessarily advise that.
No,
Yeah,
that was-
I'm not advising that.
That was
but-
Takyoki.
Oh
Oh,
no.
okay.
He seemed to be implying that
Oh yeah.
Oh no, I must say I was talking about in order to try and pass ourselves off as something. As far as disguising the rest of you,
It's like,
it's a bit difficult.
unless we could pretend that they're filthy captives.
a possibility. But before coming up with that full strategy, I might suggest we lay down the pieces to figure out what to do. Yeah. Because, yes, we do want to board the ship, but what is their procedure?
Well, I
Because
didn't see much in the way of procedure in the book, just transactions.
yes, but with these people, I'm just trying to figure out how they do it. So by the look of it, so from what I'm understanding at least, we all wait for their flash to start. Then they respond. Then the people on shore will respond in kind, and then wait for the ship to signal it's good to go, and then the dinghy would row over.
Yeah. Now,
Does that sound right to everybody?
when I looked at the book, did there seem to be a rough timetable?
They do have like time codes on there.
In that case, then would I be able to tell when the next upcoming, I guess, patrol or check-in?
They seem to come in about once every week or two.
Okay.
Which, based on that variability, as the guard said when you guys arrived, it could be tonight, it could be within the next couple days.
Well,
Yeah.
fortunately, I believe the wonderful manager here has procured so we can stay here as long as we need.
I don't remember if she made that public knowledge or not, because I remember she bought it under an alias.
Yeah,
Oh,
she-
you're right.
she has
Okay,
not
never
brought
mind.
that
I redact that. I rescind that.
She has not brought that up.
Uh,
Either way,
then
they'll come
it's
in.
an
They'll have
abandoned
to
house, so
come.
we can stay here as long as we need.
Yeah.
And you're here with the council's permission, so even if it wasn't an abandoned house, whoever owns the place can take it up with them.
Yeah, with whatever owner there was. But yeah, okay, so ship comms. One small problem though, or more possibility. What if it's not just one ship? As in, like, what if it's not just one ship that comes to common to drop off its favors?
Based on your read through, you've only seen reference to one thing that you would.
Whatever that is.
Brian, I don't know what you're doing, but it sounds like you've got a plastic bag over the phone.
Okay, apologies. I'm not exactly sure either, but I suppose I'll just kind of mute it.
Okay, quick question, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
I assume you're using your phone, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The only guess I can make is that somehow your phone's like microphone is like loose.
Well, I'm on a headset, so
Well,
I mean,
yeah, if you're on a headset, any movement that causes the microphone to brush against something, we're going to hear. So
seems
you
to kind
turning
of-
your head, we're going to hear. It's like you turn your head, we're going to hear it rub against your shirt.
Okay. Cool. How's that?
Fine for the moment. Like I said, it's always easier to be a problem when you're not talking, which is why if you're wearing a headset,
No,
yeah, it's probably just like the mic brushing
just-
against stuff.
I just put it on. I just put it on speaker instead.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks. I continue.
Based on what you have seen so far, the drop-offs seem to all be coming from one source, one sea ghost. So it is, based on your passive investigation, it's safe to intuit that there's probably only one ship, but it's always possible that one ship could be using, multiple ships could be using the same code name.
Yeah.
Yeah, my only concern is that when we go over to the said ship, that there'll be also another ship to reinforce it, and I'm already nervous about. I'm already a little uncertain of taking on an entire ship crew by ourselves.
really depends on the power of the ship crew, but we really won't know again until we get there. That's the reason why I was thinking infiltration, if possible,
Hmm.
would be better, at least to give us an idea of the strength that we're dealing with. If who was already here is any indication, we're dealing with some potent evocations that, if I were them, I would not use on a boat.
But if these people have the type of working relationship you've implied via the book, would that imply that they know who actually is in the place? At which point, are you able to infiltrate?
Well, the Skavor, as I understand it, are various cells. I would imagine they could recruit pretty much at any time. I didn't think they were something like a cartel.
Well, yes, they can recruit at any time. I'm raising the question because you mentioned infiltration, and it's like they've been working. You also said that they have a lot of traffic with this one. The boat has a lot of traffic with this one cell. Would that not imply that they kind of know the members of this cell?
Well,
Yeah,
Which is
and
not
it
to
would
say
also
you can't,
be.
if you can't, play the infiltration card. It just means you're gonna have to be doing a lot of fast talking.
well, of course we know Ludwig. He brought us in.
Yeah, but the other problem would be that none of them would be on the boat with us. They wouldn't be able to vouch for us.
Which again comes back to the, I don't know how good at fast talking you are to sell this, or
I'm
any of
pretty
you, for
good.
that matter.
I'm pretty good at fast talking.
I know some street acting.
I've had to use my mouth to get out a lot of trouble over the years. God, I'm pretty good at it.
Now, if we do go this route, I would prefer maybe some form of illusory disguises on those who need it. Because I don't want to prove my worth by backhanding any of you.
Too bad you didn't get that hat of disguise she was selling.
That was... What was that? Was that the GM or Ash?
Ash.
Okay. Oh, that was rather good, actually. I didn't have the funds for it.
Yeah, and besides, if it only would have been on one of us.
It's apparently disguise kit is an actual thing.
Yeah, it's an actual thing.
I don't have it. I have lockpicks and other things.
Well, if I'd known we were doing this, I could have prepared a device for disguising us, but at this point I'd have to prepare that for tomorrow, which I don't know if we'll have time for or not.
As was mentioned, it could happen in days or it could happen 2 days. So there's that chance. And we do have our own pilot anyway for the boat. I believe the guard was providing them, which, if they're suitably cloaked in robe and cloak, then I don't think that would raise any suspicion. I mean, is this the route we want to go? Because the only alternative I can think of is somehow sneaking aboard, or and I'll look to Kyoki, immediately start equalizing. Which it'll eventually come down to that, but I'd prefer to know the quantity and quality of which you'd be fighting first.
Actually, you know what? Asking one of the local guards who's lived around the area for a while. Gant will ask specifically for that. How shallow is this area around here? Around the boat and all, or the house and all that.
Well, down at the cavern end, it's they have the beach, so it's pretty shallow there until you actually get out.
Of course. I'm talking. Yeah, he's
But
more
the
talking
actual
about.
depth, once you clear the cliffs, it's shallow enough a large ship couldn't come in without, without constructing some sort of dock for them to attach to, which is they probably didn't do because that would have drawn attention. At the cliff face, I'd say it might be somewhere in the neighborhood of a 10 to 20 foot draft. But it deepens real fast, so
Mhm. Yeah, so who knows at this point? That is
I'd
a
say
good
a
call.
ship
Thank you.
probably could sail as close as maybe within maybe within 100 feet of the cliff face.
Okay.
But that would require
Great.
a reasonably skilled navigator just to keep an eye out for uneven ground.
Yeah, because my thinking behind it was essentially, okay, what kind? Because there's like schooners and different sizes of boats. It's like, okay, how large of a vehicle could fit? Basically, his thing is how large of a vehicle could fit in there, and what would be that possible maximum like occupancy be?
The boat that you found in the cavern, I'm not entirely sure of the classification, but it's one of those things where it's a kind of like an oversized rowboat with a sail in it.
Yeah, that's close to a dinghy slash like gunboat.
That's a
So,
I want to say schooner, and I don't think that's right.
for the boat that we have, yeah, that's not a schooner. A schooner is like it can actually have like two sails or such.
I say, yeah, this thing only has one sail. It can hold, if they're friendly, maybe 12 people.
Yeah, schooners are closer. Yeah, they have like two. They have two sails, two main sails and such.
I say, yeah, this thing has like two bench seats and a sail.
Yeah, this is a gunboat that we have. So as I said, I was just trying to figure out the size of the other ship and blah 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 blah.
Based
I
on
think
stories you have heard of the other ship, it's hard to guess, but the consistency seems to indicate two sails.
two sails. Okay.
So it could be a brig, could be something a little larger, could be something a little smaller.
Okay.
Assuming they're
So-
not using some kind of magic to conceal the true number of sails.
So at that point, probably guessing off it, definitely 20 plus people, maybe 30.
30 is on the upsize. Assuming it is in the brigantine range, you're probably looking at maximum crew of somewhere in the 20s.
Yeah.
And that's
So,
assuming
yeah.
they haven't enchanted or put
Yeah,
some
of
sort
course.
of tech on it to reduce that count.
Mhm.
Because Republic ships, for example, are notorious for running undercrewed by everyone else's standards due to artificer enhancements.
True. So yeah, most likely we're dealing with something probably in the double digits.
You yourself, Gant, have also heard tale, via your bardic knowledge of captains who have crewed a ship almost entirely with unseen servants.
True. So
Like
really,
artifact wheels that can be attached to ships that will enchant them to be entirely crewed by spirits so that only the captain is required.
okay, that's actually pretty kind of cool and makes sense. So yeah, we can honestly run the gamut with how many numbers we're running into.
But yeah, your guess of somewhere between 20 and 30, probably closer to 20, is reasonable. Assuming that they're running a normal crew, and especially if they're carrying cargo, so they're not going to be converting cargo space for crew.
So,
Pirate ships also tend to run lighter on crew than military vessels.
If only for speed.
Both due to size, speed, and again, wanting to carry stuff. Given the hour that the book the late night hours the book seems to indicate that they drop, it's possible that they could be on night watch, which traditionally is less. And given that the phrasing implies that the people in the den are the ones doing the loading, that they may not need full crew on hand for that anyway.
Mm. What I wouldn't give for a couple rogues. A couple of slit throaters.
Okay.
Hmm.
So, are we ready for the wait?
If that's the plan we want to go with.
Okay.
So you're trying to talk, or was that background noise?
So yeah, I was just agreeing.
Okay, because we were getting a very stuttered speech, and I wasn't sure if that was like picking up background noise or if you were trying to say something.
Yeah, no, that was just me trying to when he said about the agreeing part.
Okay.
Well,
The plan at this point is to wait.
I got no other ideas. Can't really capture the ship or make it run aground. Yeah, I can't really think of much.
The guards will indicate to you that they, based on what their tracking has indicated, they believe that the signaling room is in the second floor of the house. The room they are indicating, Kyoki, is the one that you recognized with the really shitty floor.
Okay.
Yeah, aka that room that you opened the door and went, nope, I'm not going in there, so I missed all the clues that were relevant to this scene.
Yes.
Because the book's like, if you walk in the room and walk over to the windowsill, you'll see like two very obvious footprints and a dust impression where a lantern had been.
Yeah.
But nobody went in the room.
That is fair.
Yeah, because I can't really think of anything else we could do for prep-wise.
Though I hate to bring this up again because I don't think we really settled on it. Sneaking in or infiltrating?
Well, how would we sneak in?
We can do a signal and then we can swim and get aboard.
Decent.
Depending on where the boat is, that's a long swim.
Yes, however, there's fog all around their ship, according to the rumors, yeah?
According to the rumors, yes.
So,
yeah.
If there's fog, we bring the boat into the fog, and then while we're in the fog, we go into the water.
Wouldn't they think that suspicious then? Well, because they would be looking for the boat.
And more importantly, would they have, if they're generating the fog, would they be generating it while they're trying to load and unload in the dark? I mean, I know they have dark vision, but the fog would still screw with that.
Oh, they have dark vision.
Well, most of the races of the Skavor are, non-human, and most of those have dark vision.
True.
I mean, I admit, I'm making an assumption based on who we've ran into in the caves down here, but...
Yeah, that's fair.
I'll say.
Yeah, the most I can think of is hypothetically going with your idea of maybe prisoners, but even then we could probably just use... Well, unfortunately, no one has like controlling weather or something like that. Otherwise, that would have been nice to make a small rainstorm to make it more useful to have cloaks on.
Dylan can call lightning, but I think it's about as far as we go.
Yeah.
Well, I do like Masay. Infiltration seems to be a little difficult. I'm not exactly sure if we'll be able to actually pull that one off. Sneaking aboard does seem pretty good. How good are you two at being stealthy?
I'm not the best. I'm decent at it. But again, the question remains, how do you sneak on board? The only thing I can think of is, well, maybe we could do a mix. Some of us will ride up normally, talk it out, etc., etc. While the others, hypothetically our elfin friends and such, sneak aboard behind them and catch him unawares. But that's all I can really think of, honestly.
Okay.
It ain't I don't know if it's a good idea, but it's an idea.
Well, I'm fairly good. Must say I'm fairly good at sneaking.
Okay. Sounds like
I'll
the
say,
people
and
who would be
I'm also
trouble.
fairly good at lying. So
With a face like that, I'd never have guessed.
I know, right? Usually, people assume this face is for killing.
Okay, sounds like we have a plan then. So let's
Well, I mean, do we want to go with that?
well, we're gonna have to do something. We can't just talk about it forever.
Oh no, that's fair. I just didn't know if that we were all in agreement of it or not.
Well, who wants to sneak and who wants to infiltrate?
I passed for human well enough. I can do it, especially with his hat and in the dark.
So are we? Must say. So are we? Must say. So are you and I pretending to be humans while we take these two in?
Are we gonna go with the prisoner thing, or are we going with sneaking? What are y'all's thoughts?
I don't necessarily feel the prisoner move is the best one given the type of situation and arrangement they seem to have with this place.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, the ship seems to be bringing stuff here, then they ship it out from here. If this place had taken prisoners when they have just shipped it out themselves versus putting them on the back on the ship.
That's fair. That's fair.
Now, once we get aboard, must say, once we get aboard this ship, how much chaos do we cause?
Well, with the cargo, I figure that we could incapacitate the crew, or make them flee. Turn in everything else.
Sounds like fun to me.
Probably have to worry about powder.
I must say, I'll be
that.
honest. I'll be honest. It's been quite some time since I've heard legitimate screams. So I'm quite keen on the idea of just running in. Running in and giving them a nice tap on the shoulder.
You sir, are a sad stranger than a man. And I mean that in the most polite way possible.
I know.
At least you're aware of it.
You bards have quite a way with words.
Little did he know, I cast vicious mockery when I said that. Now, so get in the boat, row up to them, because that's by the sound of it, that's our plan. Yeah.
Yep. Sounds like that's your plan.
Would you? I must say, would any of you like me to be a distraction while the rest of you sneak aboard?
Well, and say, how do you plan on distracting them?
Hopping aboard the ship, causing a bit of a ruckus, and start viciously attacking everyone I see.
Well, if you're doing that, why are we bothering to have a sneak?
Yeah, exactly.
Because if I'm doing that, then the rest of you can go do whatever you need.
That's what we need to do is get on top of the ship.
Get on the ship and take it.
I think you'll misunderstand. Oh, whatever.
Well,
Uh,
Masa, I kind of assume that if everyone's looking at me, it makes it easier for the rest of you to stab them.
I mean, generally that is true. Oh, okay. Actually,
I
question.
was not aware that bards liked face-to-face combat.
Depends on the bard.
Since-
Yes, it depends on the bard.
That exactly. I'm a sword dancer. What can I say? I enjoy the art.
Oh, we left our backstabbing bard. I apologize.
Though I am going to do it. Or I say we do it. Hey Trace, how many hero points do we got?
Since our missing party did not show up, you have 2.
Okay.
That's doable.
Yeah, it's just I'm trying because I'm literally blanking. And I'm like, is this all we can really come up with? Or is this the best course of action? So.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, you have come up with 2 of the 3 options the book gives.
There's a third
three.
option.
Option 3: get your own boat and just attack them with cannons.
No! That would be much cooler. Option 3 is the really silly one.
We're
Cool.
here
So we
to
came up with
arrest
the 2
you.
good. We came up with the call the cops.
No.
Hey, remember what happened last time you called the cop?
No,
No,
I know
no.
that's what I was about to say. I was
you
like-
came up with the 2 actually interesting plans.
How about that?
I'm
I thought it was gonna be-
gonna go with surrendering as the third option.
I can tell you the third option once you guys are fully committed.
Oh, I'm fairly certain we're committed to one of these 2.
Hold
fairly certain.
on.
No, it's a matter of
only
I don't want to say the third option. You go, oh, that's a great idea, and change your mind. So
No. I'm gonna say I'm willing to hear the third option, so long as it's taken off the table.
are the rest of you
Hold
fine with that?
on. Well, because I was gonna ask, like, maybe we can use the hero point to be like, okay, is there like some kind of insight to like the local thing to I don't know.
You can use a hero point to get a hint to whatever to ask a question to get a hint, or you could roll possibly like investigation is supposed to be good for like deduction, intuition, and strategizing. So you can also make an investigation check if you're trying to get a hint.
Sure, why not?
Or if you guys have a cleric, they can cast commune or something. Maybe. Augury. Read the tarot cards.
Sure, fuck it, why not? At least I got a stunt point. Oh my god. So garbage.
Let's see. What? Wow, she has a lot of spells. Of the ones she's prepped, she did not prep.
Well, it's fine. I was just, I was just going down the list of options that are technically available.
Here you go. But you know what? I'll
It's
also
like investigation is probably the better of the 2, because I recall augury is just like just tells you whether this is a good idea or a bad idea.
Yeah, true. I'm also trying to look at handout part.
They're gonna miss the RP and planning session and then complain that the game is nothing but combat.
Yeah.
So I'm letting you guys choose your own adventure here. How do you want to do this?
I suggested plans that fit with my character.
You did. Again, people are doing great.
Yeah.
And again, the fact that you're actually going along with the book, whether unintentionally, is great. I'm a little disappointed, but not surprised nobody thought of option 3, given your goals.
Does anyone wanna? Well, we have 2 hero points. What do we want to do with them?
You have 2 hero points you can use to ask questions, or again, there's Kyoki's investigation where you can ask a question.
I'm willing to go off Kyoki's first to see how that goes.
Okay, Brian, what are you trying to deduce or intuit?
Let's see. Let's see. So our two options are the prisoner route, which we're not so keen on. The stealth route. I'll say the stealth route, which seems to be what we're leaning towards. Let's see. The only other option I can think of would be disguise ourselves as like a boat filled with rations. Like a boat filled with barrels or something.
Aha!
Okay. If you guys are going with the
Or we look like traveling merchants.
No,
like traveling
well,
merchants.
they're specifically.
Help us.
It's we can't do that.
As these are pirate. This is in theory a pirate ship. If you look like traveling merchants on an itty bitty little glorified rowboat.
Yeah, especially when we signaled them.
I'm about to say if we're just going. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I'm
Creek.
like, if we look like traveling merchants, and we're like, oh, we're just frail merchants, and we're just traveling through with our luxurious goods.
Our luxurious goods
like,
on a boat that I am measuring to be 30 feet long.
Yes, I'm about to say we're just passing through, and it's like, and then they bring us aboard, and it was like, oh no, what will we do? We will stab you to death, and then we just like.
Bold of you to assume they bring us aboard.
Well, they have to like bring us aboard. I mean, they can't.
No,
they
they
can't
don't.
They can't risk attacking us and damaging the goods that we have.
Yeah, they can. It's called arrows and crossbows.
Or
I'll just hold
guns.
Yeah, it's called arrows, crossbows, guns, and magic missile.
Look, maybe that was the dumb option that Tristan mentioned.
No, that was not the dumb option. The dumb option is a smart strategy. It's just really dumb and depressing.
Oh,
Well, I know the option of not bringing the cargo back is good, so mines.
No, that's actually smarter.
Sinking the boat from the outside and then just swimming to the bottom and retrieving it.
Well, I guess we'll get the answer again once
you are fully committed.
Once we commit.
Yeah.
Look,
Ash will indicate that if you guys are going with the attempting to spoof them plan, he can hide the non-Skavor people inside of a rope trick. So they would not actually be visible on the boat with you guys.
See, I didn't even know that. I've never even heard of rope trick. So
a lot of people don't take it because, it's a lame second level spell.
I've never played a class in 5. I've never played a class that had that skill.
Am I right? It's Bard, Wizard, Sorcerer, and Artificer, apparently.
You said Bard, Wizard.
oh. Yeah, that's actually it. To me, it actually can be useful.
It's a very useful spell, but a lot of people don't take it because it doesn't have a lot of flash and
You said wait a second. You said Bard, Wizard, and Sorcerer.
I believe it's Bard, Wizard, Sorcerer that have it.
Yeah.
But again, I just popped it up in Roll20 for you.
Yeah, I've never played those. I haven't played those 3 and 5e.
Yeah. Well, the spell is older than 5e because I remember seeing it
Yeah,
in
no.
5 too.
I must say, but I've also like, I don't think I've never played a Sorcerer.
Artificer Wizard.
It's Artificer and Wizard only? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Bard can take it if they want to.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Bard can steal from anybody, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I haven't played a Wizard since AD&D.
Okay, I don't know if it goes back to AD&D. It might. But with AD&D, they could have buried it in some obscure book nobody ever heard of.
I have been dying to play Wizard, though.
Could be worth a shot. But yeah, I think honestly by this point, Like, I can't really think of anything else besides infiltrate, or at least rowing up to them like Risk of War.
I vote. I vote infantry.
So Pinky wants
Infantry.
to storm the boat. Gant wants to pretend that you're Skavor. Sounds like Farron is the deciding vote then.
I say I'm all about stealthing the boat, getting on, causing shit.
Okay.
You also have the 2 hero points if you want to use them, because my brain is just fresh out of ideas to ask.
Okay. In which case, I would like to use a hero point to know if the character would be more aware of how well the Skavor knows their Skavor cell mates, or if interaction between cells is regular enough for this to even stand a chance.
Okay, burning the hero point based on what you are reading and reports you have gleaned in your archives. It is not unusual for Skavor cells to interact for different operations and stuff. What you seem to be seeing here would indicate that the ship might be one cell, and then the safe house is a separate cell, but they interact on the regular. Given the size of the cell you guys dealt with here in the house, it's probably reasonable to assume that the guys who come over to do the loading and unloading are pretty regular, just based on who you interacted with.
Okay.
Because the guys you interacted with, there were very few strongmen types that would be good for moving cargo. So, it is potentially plausible that the cell took some losses and did some recruiting or whatever. But without one of the veteran members of the cell with you to indicate you're okay, it's going to be a hard sell.
Okay.
It's not impossible, but you're going to have to be very quick-witted and pray that they don't have some kind of sign-countersign recognition system.
That wasn't in the book.
Yeah. Or the proverbial, hey Ted, how's your wife? Oh great, you're not married, kind of thing.
Yeah. Do you like Daft beer?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So, if you have faith
hopefully
in your
we'll-
social skills, you might be able to pull it off at least long enough to do whatever the hell it is you plan to do once you get on the boat, you talk your way on the boat.
yeah, that's the most I'm hoping for, honestly. Get close enough
Without
to hop
knowing the
on.
situation at the time, now arguably you could make some of these decisions when they actually get here. Given the cover, if they're doing this under the cover of darkness and stuff, like the implication has been, there's a chance you probably could sail right up to them and everything would be fine as long as you don't fuck up the light signals. At that point, it comes down to do you want to board swinging, or do you want to board, have them look at these strange faces and try to talk your way out of it once you're on deck?
Yeah, pretty much.
In theory, the idea of everybody piling into the boat and sailing over works in either version. It's just a matter of what tactic do you want to use the second you get on deck.
Yeah.
Which, technically, you guys could decide on the way over, but you have time to talk about it now in case there's any preparations you need to make versus making a last-minute decision.
Yeah. I would lean towards kind of improv it, but, lean towards talk it over, but if people feel like they're sneaky enough to do it, to swim under to the other side of the boat and climb up that way and start backstabbing and such. That's my thoughts, at least.
That's a pretty good idea, and that would not require the expenditure of a rope trick necessarily.
No, it just requires people to actually be able to swim.
Do you not know how to swim?
I mean, as far as I know, everyone here knows how to swim. The question is, are they good enough to make the check?
How choppy is the water?
What
You won't know
muscle?
until the time, will you?
What skill is swimming?
Athletics.
Okay.
Case in point. How's Wheelchair Man going to swim?
That's something that I thought about too. The wheelchair doesn't let you swim. Let you climb stairs.
It lets you hover on stairs.
Sorry, I don't mind wheelchairs. I just find it odd that the RP challenge of having a wheelchair isn't there with.
There's probably some upgrade or something in the book somewhere where it pops a propeller or some shit that I didn't read.
But okay. Just for sake of making a decision, I'd say let's try to fake it till we make it, unless we see something on our approach.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. How about you, Brian?
I'm all. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if this goes sideways for me, then it goes sideways.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys have committed to, sounds like, rowing over and trying to talk your way through while the non-humans swim on and sneak onto the ship is the plan?
Basically.
So Ash, in theory, does not need to expend his rope trick.
In theory. And if we can, we could try getting like giant cloaks for the non-humans that don't feel up to swimming behind them and all that.
Well, that will be up to their players, assuming they show up in time to make a decision on that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But yes, now I'm curious about this number 3 option.
Well, we're getting to the point where you can ask that. All right. So, night comes. Who's on watch?
You know what? Gant would have done it. He only needs 4 hours. And if anyone else wants to join, that's fine.
Okay. When are you guys going to attempt to take a long rest while you're waiting, or are you gonna?
I'll attempt to take a long rest, since there's a group that can.
Okay, you guys. When are you starting your long rest?
I guess it's a good question.
I'm full up, so I don't need a reset on anything, so I'm good.
Neither do I.
I'm about to say, long rest really only benefits you guys if you're attempting to reset spells.
That's true.
Yeah, and I don't have spells to reset. So
I'll keep watch with them. What do you roll for watch? Perception? Or...
It would be, in this case, it would be a perception check. You guys can either each make one roll, or one of you rolls with advantage.
Let's each do one.
Each do one? Okay.
Damn. No doubles, though.
I know, right?
Thank goodness someone did.
Somebody has expertise in perception, that's how. Okay. So, yeah.
I'm good at looking, and I'm good at lying.
Wait, why'd you roll a d12?
Give me a minute. It seems to be a new moon tonight.
Oh, I thought that was Brian who rolled
that
the
was
d12.
me. It seems to be a new moon tonight, so it is very dark out. Thankfully, you're both, thankfully, Kyoki's dark vision offsets a lot of that. Long about somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 o'clock, a silhouette can be made out on, on the water. Black against the night sky. And a pinprick of light from the silhouette flickers in your general direction. There's no fog. The water is not calm, but not ridiculously choppy either.
Okay.
Well then, look. I'm gonna say, look at what's over there.
It's like with his direction, even with I don't remember. Does Gant have dark vision?
He he does not.
Okay, well, even without your dark vision, with his direction, you're able to pick out the flickering light.
It's the half elf variant that I don't get.
But yeah,
Dark
you're
vision.
basically a half elf that can trance, as I recall, basically.
Yep. Anyways.
So yeah,
Well.
with his aid, you can see the flickering light.
Okay.
I've sent you the query signal.
So long, short, short, short.
Yep.
Okay. Looking at the timing of it, Gant will do. First, message. Message. Farron. Where our guests are here.
Have they sent? Have they sent the first signal?
Yep. And Gant will do short, long, short, long.
Okay. There'll be a couple moments pause. Moment of panic as you wonder if you somehow fucked it up, and then you get 3 longs back.
Okay.
All right, we're good to go. Come on.
All right.
Assuming you stick to the initial plan, you make your way all the way down to the grotto, where the guard you've been informed is named Fiona is sitting in the back of the boat. The sail is up and ready to go. She's manning the tiller. She'll indicate some poles for you guys to help cast off with if you're ready.
All right, let's do this. All right, let's do this.
We're ready.
Ready? All right, cast off.
You cast off. You make your way across the water. Come on. You never realize how much you actually use the numpad until the numpad keys stop working.
Oof.
It's a relatively smooth and quiet ride. She doesn't make any noise that you wouldn't expect. Doesn't accidentally crest any waves and start flooding the boat. It's about a 10-minute sail from your current position. About minute and a half out, Ash will give you all the nod, vanish from view, and there will be a sploosh in the water.
Oh, that's cool.
As you indicated, you wanted him, at least him to swim.
He could. He could get away with maybe doing it, if only because. Well, I don't know.
The plan, as I heard it, and correct me if I'm wrong before everybody's fully committed, was you wanted the non-humans to swim in the water and sneak up onto the boat.
No, that's fair. It's just I didn't know if Ash wanted to do that, so.
Well, he's doing that because he's the most distinctive looking out of the lot of you.
That is fair. So yeah, and Gant will definitely make sure they can't really see his ears.
Yay, invisibility.
My hat mostly hides it, and even then, it barely is discernible.
I have a hat of disguise too. I put my hat down real low.
Otherwise I look like a human.
Okay.
I'm a muddy human.
That's right. I am the only human here.
No,
well,
Farron's human.
Technically, Farron's an ASMR, but
he doesn't know that.
yeah, the party doesn't know that.
Farron,
I know David has mentioned that a couple times.
Yeah. Well, Farron doesn't know he's an Asimov.
Right. That's what I said.
fair
I thought we were
enough.
talking player to player, not character to character. Okay.
Yeah, that was player to player.
Sierra
Anyways.
and Matt are obviously in mark mode. They can make the decision later. If you guys are Jaegering Sarah, which direction are you having her go?
Probably gonna have to. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I just looked at her athletics. Oi.
Yep.
Do you have any spells?
No. Blessing of Fate. Got it.
I forgot about that.
What?
Apparently, Ash's armor, is environmentally protected against gas and water.
Ah.
Very nice.
It's like, as a bonus action, you can environmentally seal your armor for 1 minute increments up to an hour, making you immune to inhaled poisons or contact poisons and effects. If you aren't.
That's pretty neat. But no.
In addition to the above, you are also considered adapted to cold and hot climates and acclimated to high altitude, including elevations above 20,000 feet. And you ignore the drawbacks caused by deep or underwater environments.
With what I'm looking at, I don't know if we should have Serana try to swim.
The water is not ridiculously difficult right now.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
What's her? Is she better than the 0 that I have?
She has 0.
Did she take guidance?
No.
Okay.
A lot of really good ones, though. Good spells.
She didn't
But
take
you
the
know
guidance
what?
cantrip.
Yeah, but you know what? I can fix this, because...
Does anybody have the
you know
guidance
what?
cantrip they can use on her?
No, but I have a little better. Bardic Inspiration.
That works.
Not just simple any D4, but have yourself a D6, I believe? No, D8.
Your Bardic Inspiration's a D8 right now?
According to this, yeah.
What level of bard are you? I feel like your sheet glitched.
Yeah, I said it might have glitched. Bardic level 6. Like, if it could be wrong, because I thought we did fix that. I'm like, huh?
Well, we fixed a couple things, and then it unfixed itself. Yeah, Bardic Inspiration's a D8 for you. That happened at level 5.
Hey.
Song of Rest
Yeah.
is a D6, that's right. And I think Matt's is still a D6.
Yeah.
Okay, Ash. Don't do that.
Hey, not bad.
Okay, and he's got that, so he can do that. Go! Athletics.
Is that the swim roll you did, or
Yeah, I did
stealth?
Ash's athletics for swimming.
Or and the 14 was stealth? I assume.
No, he rolled at advantage.
Eh,
I hit the advantage tab on the character sheet and it did a split roll like that.
Okay.
Okay. They are both able to swim, and provided that they can find appropriate handholds, they can get themselves up on the boat wherever you wish when I switch the boat map,
Mm-hmm.
which will be
No.
right after I switch Twitch stream to the boat map.
Ba-da-da-doo.
And I believe I have to shift click?
Shift ping if you want a force perspective.
Hey.
Behold, the Sea Ghost's upper deck.
Mm.
Are we in like the Sea of Blood or okay there?
No,
No,
the water's red.
Okay.
No, as we established earlier a few hours ago, the Rose Sea is actually rose.
It's not just the Rose Sea. All water in this world, in this setting, is this color normally.
I was wondering because sections of the map were gray and then they became red.
Yeah,
and
it
then
takes
they
a moment to render in.
Okay. I was like, wait, what's going on?
Okay, you should be able to control Sarah's character, so you may deposit her where you wish.
Yeah.
Ships
So
like this will traditionally have handholdy ladder types things on the side, which will make it easier for her to get up, but
yep.
she's not required to do that.
Yeah, but that's honestly probably the better idea. I'm wondering what Ash is doing. I'm like, can he do that? No, knowing him, he's probably like got those Batman claws, like. Or
Kyoki, I say Kyoki is going to start making his way up the side.
Okay, you can use the ladder, it's not a problem.
Okay.
Just in case, we would have probably brought some barrels to make it seem like there was stuff.
Okay. You do that.
Yep. So, did they lower rope or anything like that for the?
When you come around, they will throw a rope ladder over the side.
Okay, rope ladder. Okay.
And there's also the handholds that they carved in, that are naturally carved into the side of the ship.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Gant will have like at least a box he can like have in one hand and start climbing up.
I'm gonna have like a gift bag because I'm not strong enough to be carrying boxes.
Okay.
I got some postcard.
Is that fine, Tris?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That works.
I was like, why, hello. How are you doing today?
You guys are new. Where's the old crew?
They slept in.
Yeah, they had a dirt nap. Bit of a trouble. Ran into some trouble.
That's exactly what I meant.
Persuasion.
Deception.
I kind of posit that it would be persuasion, if only because they did technically run into trouble, but I'll still roll deception. Dang.
I can't get like doubles on anything, I swear.
I'll be looking around at the crew with a
Same thing.
with the look of someone who is basically expecting a brutish situation. I'm basically wanting to put on the air of just kind of being a little bit of a brute, and I'll just speak in undercommon. So we're here. What stuff where?
And the large orc individual looks you up and down. Wow, you're super personal, aren't you?
Here for the task.
He wasn't exactly brought on for his smiles.
I see that.
Oh, just to be clear, I would not be wearing my cobalt robes at this point.
I'd certainly hope not.
Yeah, I just wanted to be clear about that. I'll have I actually have traveler's garments, so I'll just be wearing the essentially going into the ruins gear and not the and not the
Ruin exploration.
Yeah.
Kyoki will look around. Nice digs you have here.
Glad you approve me ship here. You look up at the top area where you see a large, burly hobgoblin looking down, glowering down at you.
Oh, he's a little eye patch.
Yeah, I just had to draw that on just now.
Wait, what?
The eye patch.
Right here.
Wait, I gotta zoom in.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, that's the same hobgoblin. Oh,
That's a patch. That's what happened. He lived. He lived from the bank shot to the back of the head. Now he has an eye patch.
This guy is larger than the other hobgoblin, much buffer, leaning on the rail, wearing large, leather greatcoat with like chain shoulder pads.
Nice.
2 bandoliers, one full of what looks like pistol shot, and the other full of what appear to be some kind of like metal cylinder. On his hip, he carries a large greatsword. I mean, a large longsword. Don't recognize you lot.
That said, new hires.
I must be doing something. If you don't recognize me, then I must be doing my job right.
Gant will shoot Kyoki just this very kind of like tired and also just like almost disgusted, like oh my god, oh gods help me.
I see. Well, I presume they've briefed ye on what to do, so loot's in the hold. Have at it.
Right.
Yeah.
So
They're all staring at you suspiciously, but they're not getting in your way.
yeah. So
Can you find the hold? This map should be somewhat familiar.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just making sure if this is it.
That's like I reconfigured her a little bit from the last game, but
I remember.
more so the lower decks.
Does the crew look is it a rough environment like I was assuming with how these Skavor were described?
It seems to be a pirate crew for one. They got the scruffy clothing, the buff thuggish looking types.
Okay.
It's a mixture of various, again, air quote, undesirable races. The Drow Mage, regarding you from the staircase is a bit unusual for what you've heard of Skavor, but
Okay.
what's even more unusual is the breastplate with what looks like a coil of glass and wires on the back with a couple of pipes sticking up. Those of you from the Republic would recognize it as Warcaster armor.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
What'd you do?
It wouldn't happen to be one of those sword knights, would it?
Sir Knights?
Yeah. Like those, or those. I can't remember. It's like those, the new things for the Republic. It's like electric knights or something like that.
Oh, the Storm Knights?
Yeah.
No, but it does come from the same book. Warcaster armor comes from the Iron Kingdoms. It's a breastplate that allows the mage to project a force field around themselves.
Oh yeah. I'm familiar with them. Believe me, I'm familiar with Signar.
Yeah, this would be
Signar stuff.
this would be considered light Signar Warcaster armor.
Oh boy!
So it's just the
Germans.
breastplate and the weird backpack thing, as opposed to the heavier versions.
Interesting to have a journeyman.
And it's especially unusual for the Skavor to be sporting Republic arms and armor, especially advanced stuff like Warcaster armor. The odd gun getting out, not necessarily that big a deal, but something like top of line like Warcaster armor, that's weird.
Yeah, that is escalating. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, because I played War Machine. I'm like, oh.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to head down to the hold, brushing by this orc next to me.
Okay. How will you get to the hold?
As
So
I
how do we get-
recall, last time I believe this was a downward stairwell.
No, that is a yeah. That stair goes both up and down.
Yeah, because I believe that goes to the hold, as I recall.
That's one of the ways to get to the hold.
Yeah. So I'll just.
Give me a minute. I can
Uh-oh.
because I have vision enforced, so I don't know if you'll be able to actually get there if I don't move you.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that puts you in the hold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Making your way down to the hold, you'll see that part of what you would expect to the cargo hold, the cargo hold, because you can see the cargo elevator and everything, has also been converted into the common area for the ship.
Okay.
There is
Yeah,
a
we'll also
door
follow.
down
I don't
here
know.
that leads to the prow of the ship, which one could guess probably also serves as more hold. Gant coming down to.
Yep. Come on, Smiles. We got a job to do.
It's Smiley.
Making your way down, you see a you're not sure if he's a human or a half orc, a horned hobgoblin-looking person, and two Duragar.
Hmm.
And Brian has stuck himself in a wall.
Sorry. I don't know where we're supposed to be.
I got you. You're good.
Okay. There we go.
Poor Ash climbs up on the deck. He's like, where'd everybody go? Thought we were starting shit.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, when do we start shit? I'm like, because I'm like,
Okay. Now that we have an idea of who's below deck, what's up with these gray guys? Are those
So
the
this
Durgar?
is the Duragar.
Okay.
Say two Duragar, a hobgoblin, a best guess half orc, and another one of those orc priestesses that you saw in the cave.
Okay. I wanna just kind of instinctively narrow my eyes at the Durgar. Okay. Just I don't believe any of these guys typically speak Sylvan.
Sylvan is one of the primary languages of the Empire, so a normal education probably will include at least, conversational Sylvan. Most of the Skavor, prefer to use either common or undercommon, though. And Orcish is also not uncommon, considering the orcs founded the movement, so it's kind of become the pseudo code language. So a lot of them have picked that one up as well.
Okay. I'll look over to Gant. Shoot, what does it know that? Did Kyoki ever reveal his homeland?
I'm gonna say he revealed his homeland, but he's also revealed where. I'm gonna say he revealed that he's from Drakengard.
Okay.
But he says he's from Drakengard, but he seems to be wearing he's been wearing Yoken clothing this entire time.
Okay. In that case, since I don't believe any of them will know what I'm saying, I'll speak in Draconic. Do you think this is it?
Look over at you. Well, he's like, it was like, well, I believe so. we see. Do we see like the stuff down here?
You see what you see in here. Again, this if you had to hazard a guess based on the placement of the elevator and everything, this probably also serves as a hold, but currently it has been configured for the more being the common area.
He was
Oh,
referring,
okay.
he was referring to like the people. Like, do you think this is it in terms
Yeah.
of the people?
Must say. I'm like my son like it was like probably it was like it was like I seriously doubt it. It was like I seriously doubt it, but not much more.
Okay. Do you and I you want me to go to the other side so you and I can flank while Gant supports up up on the top deck?
Must say sounds like fun. Must say sounds like fun. It'll be even. Must say what'll make it even funnier is if they actually can understand us.
Gant will be looking between the two of them like, what the hell are you two saying? Come on, we got a job to do. Yeah, I don't have Draconic.
It's draconic, so it's probably roar, 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 roar.
I
It's more
imagine,
like guttural growls and grunts.
yeah. In which case, I'll because wait. Did Gant seem to understand me when I was speaking Undercommon?
No.
Okay.
Consider being a bard, he doesn't know as many languages. That's what he has spells for.
Music is universal.
No. He has comprehend language and tongues. It's just that he needs to cast them.
Okay. In which case, I'll switch over to common, and would it be deception to try to pass off a innocuous conversation as kind of leading encoded statements?
Yeah, I'd put that either a deception or I can also see a charisma-based sleight of hand,
Alright.
but I'm leaning more towards deception.
For him and me, or just him?
Well, I was going to switch over to common since it's something Gant can understand.
Okay.
It would be deception for him and either insight or investigation for you two, if you're trying to interpret what he's saying.
Investigation is.
Nice.
Jeez.
I hope you're not directly challenging my role. I was doing it to make sure that the other people down here don't understand what the hell I'm actually saying. But I'll speak plainly and assume that the character is translating it into code.
Jesus Christ, can I do a double? Fucking hell.
Gant, you're not 100% on what he's saying, but you're getting the general idea of what he's trying to say.
Essentially, the question is, do we keep up the charade, or have Kyoki and myself flank these guys while you assist, while you assist Ash on the top deck?
I was about to say,
Yeah,
you guys are gonna be
Ash
instantly
is-
poor Sarah and Ash up there going, guys.
No, I was actually thinking about that. I'm like, okay, hypothetically, cast a spell here, go upstairs, and then cast another.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
because
running up and down stairs.
you could do
Got them up-
that,
got them up
or,
there,
or
Bob,
relying
with
on
apples.
Kyoki and myself as DPS. We could try to dispatch these guys and then quickly join you. Either way. And basically the end is basically going to be nod if we should go with the attack plan now.
Gant will roll his eyes and nod. Is like,
Fine, I'll go up. I'll go back up deck.
Okay. In that case, I would like to move
Come on.
over here to again be on the other side of these guys, basically mumbling in intercom and move out of the way.
The half orc will move to stop you. It's like, where are you going? Cargo's over there.
Food. The point. I assume there's food on the table.
Yeah,
So
at
there's
their
kind of-
table, yeah. It's like that's our food. We're on break. You're here to work.
I'm about to say, Kyoki's gonna look. He was like, he's right. He was like, he's right. You know, we're here to work. We have a job to do.
I'll be right back again.
I have gotta go.
Oh shit. I was hoping to flank these guys.
You still can. You just got to figure out a way around this guy. Without and convince him it's okay to steal his dinner.
I'll just have this scowl on my face, and reach into a pouch. Take out some coin. Is he like at a table? Or is he just standing there stopping?
He stood up from the table when you guys started to come down.
Okay.
The other three are still, as you can see on the map, in theory, they're still sitting around the table.
I'll open my palm holding 8 gold pieces. Hungry.
Take the gold. It's like, great. We'll cook something for you when you're done.
Damn, that's like 8 gold pieces. Fuck.
I'll say, Kyoki's gonna like, oh,
They're
he's a
evil!
Yeah, so I can bribe them to take their shit.
He's like,
And he took the bribe. He was just saying, yeah, do the job first.
I'm about to say, Kyoki's gonna look at you. He's like, oh my. He's like, oh my. It looks like you were just robbed.
How do you guys not swung at him?
He was like, I feel like you've just been swindled, bamboozled, hoodwinked.
You're right.
Jenga!
Shit. Okay, I guess. I don't like this positioning because they can all focus on us.
I'll say,
I don't like this positioning either.
I'm gonna say Kyoki's gonna be like, well now, he was like, we seem to be presented with a problem. I'm gonna walk over.
Apparently jumped the railing. You jumped the railing.
He's pale, he can do that.
I mean, it's not that much of a fall. I was just noting. It's like, yeah, I didn't go down the stairs. I just jumped the railing.
How far of a fall is that?
Less than 10 feet, so you wouldn't take damage. It would just be kind of like an ow.
Never mind then. All right, I'll just kind
It's
of
like, it's no damage. It's just kind of like a, when you fall a few feet, you kind of feel it in your legs for a second.
No, it's cool. I'm not gonna go there. I'm just gonna kind of like.
It's like you have enough movement to go down the stairs and get to that spot.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. Yeah, I'm just gonna like walk down. Walk downstairs, get over here. Like, what's this right here?
That is which the thing she's standing on, or the person?
Yeah.
I think it's the lower pit area.
The thing she's standing on is the cargo lift elevator.
Oh, okay. So you can actually walk through it and keep on going, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is currently acting as the floor on this level, so you can walk through it.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a dip, or else I would just walked around them. But okay.
It can dip into the bilge area, but currently it is acting as the floor on this level.
Okay. I'm just gonna walk over here. I was like, oh my, that doesn't. Must say it was like that doesn't look ideal at all.
Everyone is regarding you guys like, what the hell is going on?
I'm surprised you both haven't thrown punches yet.
Well, I'm waiting to get into a tactically sound position.
I'd say
first.
they were all like, I want to flank before I do anything. And then Brian proceeds to flank the wrong one.
I'm
Well,
gonna
I was
say,
thinking like
no, I'm
flanking
just
the
gonna,
group, not the individual.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, Kyoku's gonna be like, well, see, it was like it appears that we run into a little bit of a dilemma. Am I right, guys? I'll look over at this guy right here. He gets it. He's like, you understand where I'm coming from, don't you?
No,
Look
I
at
don't
that.
understand. You came here to work. Why the fuck aren't you working?
Oh, I didn't come here to work. Look at these arms. I'll just kind of flap my really large sleeves. He was like, I'm here to talk. He was like, I'm here to talk. Big, really handsome men like him are here to do the work.
Yeah, why does cargo loaders need talk?
They need
Why
talking.
the fuck are you built like a fucking cave pixie?
It's simple. It's because I'm Japanese.
You're what now?
Ha! And I'll stab him.
There we go.
Okay, make your surprise attack.
I'm from Nippon.
Because we're not rolling initiative yet. We're just doing the surprise. We're doing the surprise round, and then I'm gonna call it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you guys decided to do this bass backwards and are well on your way on procking the entire ship as opposed to taking it one deck at a time. So
Yeah.
What can I say? I overestimate our abilities.
yeah, you really do.
Besides, I figured if we engage one area, they would just simply call, "Hey, shit's going on."
Depends on how you did it. Because now I gotta redo all the XP calculation for this because I had broken this up into two. And you guys are now eligible for difficulty multipliers that were not there before.
Is it because we could have led them in a room?
My original figuring, which is now obviously out the window, was you guys would engage the main deck first, and the people down below probably wouldn't hear that much unusual unless you guys did some really loud shit, because below deck with the muffling of the wood and the sea and stuff, they wouldn't necessarily hear.
Really?
Oh, I just
But-
kind of assumed that sounds of fighting would transcend decks.
Well, it depends on what you guys did in the fighting. Somebody starts dropping like lightning bolts and fireballs, yeah, they might notice that. Basic like sword clanging and shouting, the shouting would just sound like normal deckhand stuff, especially for people moving cargo.
Oh, sorry, I assumed like intentional yelling and such would just be heard.
Yeah.
Especially because you're dealing with cargo grading.
I was trying to cut you guys some slack.
Oh, I kind of assumed if we engage one area, we automatically procced all the areas.
There was a chance of procking below deck. It would be based on their perceptions.
You know
Okay,
what?
because I'm seeing that hatching, and
Yeah.
I'm going, sound travels through that, it's not solid wood.
It's not solid wood. Sound can travel through it, but having been on ships like that with the thing, you don't hear a lot of what's going on up above, aside from possibly feet moving around on the deck.
Okay. You
Because
know
it's
what?
thick
You know
wood.
what?
And then the sound of the water on the side of the ship is also really loud.
Also, actually, I have an idea. If everybody's okay with it.
Well, at this
Spend
point,
it-
Brian's committed, so...
Well, I know. Well, hypothetically, because I'm like, spend a hero point to basically reset it, because that way we could hypothetically redo things, because there was miscommunications around. So
Well, there was no miscommunications. David just made presumptions. But if you wish to use the hero point to mulligan, I'll let you do it. I don't want this to become a regular thing, but I will let you go.
Oh
here.
no, completely fair. I only say that because of just how far off field of our original plan we did go. So
I
was
will
like,
let you do a small mulligan. You're not resetting to the side of the ship, but I will let you reset to coming down to when you guys were on the stairs.
I'm fine with that. Is everybody else?
Sure.
Okay.
Since, apparently sound doesn't,
Sound isn't. It's not that sound is not guaranteed to travel the way you thought it was.
I'll be honest.
I
I
would
was
be
kinda
checking their
happy-
perceptions based on what you guys did that round. Basically, was the intent.
Is everybody okay with that?
Oh, I'm
Sure,
fine with that.
I'll go along with it.
I just don't see how we could safely engage one area at a time. And
Let's
you know,
find out.
And say it comes down to thematic, GM's experience with ships like this, and again, be giving you guys a chance by going, okay, they'll roll perception. The DC will be set by what you guys did that turning upstairs.
Mm.
Because again, if you guys do like really loud shit like fireballs and explosions, it's not that hard for them to notice.
Mm.
So you guys are at the top of the stairs. They're looking at you. You're looking at them. What are you doing?
Ooh, that food looks delicious.
No. Get.
Might I partake in a bit of a snack?
are you
Monster.
serious right now?
And we're right back first.
No.
And then
Right.
look, it's like, this is our evening meal. You're here to get the cargo. If you
But
do
you
your
all look
job
like
well,
such
we
a-
might throw you a sandwich on your way out.
Upset, I get that 8 gold back.
Yeah.
Those
Did
were-
you try to buy it off him?
He tried to buy their dinner, and they were like, yeah, that's great. They took the 8 gold. It's like, yeah, there'll be a meal ready when you're done.
I'm sorry, because if I handed someone $80, I'd be like, or rather, if I received $80 from someone to eat my sandwich and I'm not a legitimate person, I'd be like, oh, $80, hells yeah, go.
You
eat my
handed
sandwich.
$80 to the bandit lord. For...
Yeah,
When he says it like that,
yeah, he's a bandit with this person he doesn't personally know, so he's getting money in exchange for both
Yeah.
time and.
And he said that he would get you food when you were done doing your job. In the meantime, he wanted to eat his food. You're on a boat. There's limited food.
That's why I handed him $80.
Anyways,
Given my presumptions about things, I'm not going to add any additional ideas at the moment.
yeah, Gant isn't going to say anything else. It's just like,
So
And he's-
all
and
awkwardly
he-
staring at each other now.
Well,
yeah.
I'm about to say,
the only thing really left is to continue pretending to do the job that,
Or go back upstairs and start shit. Yeah, those are your options.
Yeah, go
Also,
back
like-
upstairs.
I was like, Kyoki's gonna look. He was like, "Don't look at me. You're the one who ran it back."
You forgot that. Oh my god. Come on, you two. You brain dead idiots.
Meanwhile, Ash, invisible on deck, just banging his helmet against the wall.
Well, I mean,
Ash was
excuse me
fine.
for waiting to get, more intel and possibly,
I'm not
do
faulting you
things.
guys for coming downstairs to scout. I was looking at you cross-eyed when you decided to proc the both areas at the same time because Greg went up there to start shit up top, and then you guys were going to start shit down here.
Oh, again, I already explained that.
Yeah.
I thought both sides would be procced regardless.
And your thought was not invalid; it was just not a guarantee.
I'm about to say, Kyoki will be like, "Man, that does look like a lot of stuff to move. Let's go back upstairs and think about this."
Gant will facepalms like, why do I work with
I'll say-
brain dead idiots?
You
And
got- you guys enjoy your meal. We'll be back.
I'll just say, support straps. What moving
What?
cargo.
They just look at you. You hear the undercommon word for dumbass, and then they go back to eating.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. At this point, Gant's not even gonna wait. It's just like, let's just bloody go. And Gant will.
Look at, I'm like, so we're starting with the killing.
Gant immediately goes after the Warcaster.
Okay,
After the,
Oh, we're starting with the killing.
you move to attack. with whatever spell or weapon you go to draw, and that's where I'm going to call it. Because we're coming up, it's after 11. I know people got places to be.
Oh god.
Thank you, Tris.
People will be on alert, potentially on alert downstairs, which will affect their DC, but there's no guarantee they'll come up. So.
So what was the third option?
Third option, as reported in the book, is you either swim or sail up to the side of the ship and poke holes in it until it sinks. You either drill holes in it and it sinks, or you put like fireballs or black powder or something in the holes and detonate.
Isn't that what I said, where we basically just sink the ship and then just get supplies afterwards when it sinks to the bottom?
Yeah, the thing is, if you do that way, you don't get to salvage anything.
Ah.
Or at least the module assumes you will not have a way to salvage anything, because this is supposed to be a level 1 adventure.
Yeah. And you know what? I just realized what we could have done as well. Honestly, could have just gone along with the grift to figure out how everything was the first time. Wait a week, and then go through it again, and then attack.
Well, the problem is, most of the stuff that was in the cavern you guys took back.
No, that's true.
So all you have is like empty barrels and stuff. You don't have any of the stuff that,
No, that's fair.
Though you did come to unload their ship, so yeah, you could do that. You could just show up, unload, and then wait till the next new moon or whatever.
Yeah, I realized that could have been a thing, but oh well, we're here.
Yep.
We're here. We're dealing with this.
And you potentially have avoided turning an already deadly encounter into like a super deadly encounter.
Well, my takeaway is kind of like how these ships function. As again, I know fighting with metal and shouting and such is rather loud, given this is not an industrial era ship. So I'll just keep the that in mind for other games.
No, yeah, it happens. Sometimes it's like, oh, because I have that too, where I overthink a lot.
Well, again, it's not that you really overthought. Your thought was a legitimate worry. It's just I was not counting it as a guarantee that they would immediately come up. I was going to be rolling every round to see if they would come up.
Oh my god, I actually rolled doubles at the end of the goddamn game.
And when it doesn't even count, because we're not doing initiative till next time.
But I just rolled it just so I can have it.
But yeah, it's like, I was trying to, it's like, yep, having been on these things, I know you don't necessarily hear, so it's like, depending on what they do, they might be able to buy themselves some time to thin out the herd before the lower guys come up. And that way they're not dealing with, like, ridiculously high numbers.
Because, I mean, if sound blocks, ideally, in my opinion...
Well, I mean, it muffles. It doesn't, like, 100% block.
It would be take out the less quantitative group, and then go to the higher... to the top deck where there's clearly more people. Then really we can't see, crew cabins or anything.
Because once you're inside the actual ship, you don't know how many people are actually in there with the different bedrooms and stuff.
Yeah, and plus that leaves Ash and Serana to deal with, and the other two to deal with everything.
Yeah,
it's like no,
they are not privy to any changes in the plan you guys have made. The version they heard was you guys were gonna be just charging.
Well, with that all said and done, thank you, Tris. This was actually rather interesting. I liked everything.
I'm glad you guys actually enjoyed it. I was hoping that this would be different enough from that you guys got to plan and do a little bit of RP and that kind of stuff. Meet some of the important faces in Salt Marsh, because at this point you've met all the faction leaders and everything.
Yeah, and also across the sea.
So yeah, I didn't expect any kind of extra continental stuff.
That's a bit of Salt Marsh lore that came with the module, and I just decided to incorporate.
Yeah, it adds some depth and especially for me, because I'm like, wait a minute, they just came in.
I'll say, and now we got to meet the hobgoblin's brother.
No, that's his father.
I'm so glad you guys appreciated the eye patch. I was trying to draw that with the Roll20 line tool while you guys were figuring out your plan.
It makes him very endearing. I love him.
It's like, he's a pirate captain. He needs a fucking eye patch.
I will regret killing him.
I half expected you to throw a parrot on him.
But yeah, catch you all later.
The parrot is somewhere else on the ship.
Good night, all.
Yeah, good night.
Good night, y'all. Thank you.